and help you invest for the life you want, because you've earned it. We're Henyon and Walsh, and a human connect.
Protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Hey, shh. Calm down. The show is about to start. Reese on the Radio. Turn it up. Turn it up low. Turn it up loud.
It's like a dream come true.
Turn on your radio. Reese is on the radio.
Yo, let's get it.
Due to the nature of this program, discretion does not exist. It's Reese on the Radio. Right now on WTIC News Talk 1080.
I was a little worried. What's going on, all you scallywags? Holla, holla. No, you let it play all the way through. It ends on its own. You know what time it is. It's Reese on the Radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC. What is going on, each and every one of you? You know that Roseanne is in the house today. She'll be hanging out with us in a little bit. We were this close. To ending it all. It was a tough 15 minutes, folks. It was a tough 15 minutes today. I got to admit, we got to get the hell out of the hotel. We're just too tight. It's too tight. It's too much. It's not enough room. We need to be away from one another. I need my office. She needs wherever it is. There's a television where she can watch Outlander, where she can watch Superstore for the umpteenth time. She goes through the entire season. She binge watches that. She needs a space where she can watch Modern Family, all 11 seasons. Is it 11 or 9? 11 seasons of Modern Family. She needs her space. And I am all up in it. We got one TV in the hotel room, knowing damn well when we lived out in Texas, we had, let me count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 TVs inside of our smaller house between the two of us. 7 TVs. And the reason why we have 7 is because Roseanne needs to see 5 of them. She'll leave one TV show on that one, and then it'll be running on another TV so she can walk through the house when she's doing whatever it is that she's doing, and the program she's watching is running on all of the televisions, so she cannot miss a moment of a TV series that she has watched 12 times already. And I'm in her way. Do you understand that? I am in her way. Tell the truth, Roseanne. I'm all in your way.
Dirty socks, dirty underwear, shoes everywhere.
My existence.
I love you. I do. I love you so much. And I love taking care of you. But I swear to the little baby Jesus, if I have to pick up another pair of your underwear, you're going to wake up with them shoved down your throat. I love you.
Now, time to turn over her mic. She's already threatened me on the air. There could be consequences for that. Nonetheless, I don't want to get the police involved. I'm looking out for you, Roseanne. You have made a public proclamation of violence, like any wife would. But nonetheless, it's tight. And I see this is how you test a marriage. I think this is how you test a marriage. We'll get into that later on. Of course, the telephone number, 860-522-WTIC, 860-522-9842. We usually, on Friday, we try to keep it a little news light. We talk about things, social issues, and things like that. Some of the stuff that's happening in and around the news, it is that Friday is just the day that's the worst day to drop news because the weekend's coming and nobody cares. That's why you release news on a Friday. Like, if you don't want to get any attention for it, what the White House will do or what your local government will do is drop that horrible news on a Friday while you're getting ready to go on somewhat a weekend vacation and you won't be paying attention, which is exactly why I want to give a round of applause to Governor Ned Lamont for waiting till Friday to announce he's running for governor officially. The worst publicity day for news. He waits until Friday. Hey guys, Oakley Dokley, I'm running for governor. In case you missed it, when I filed paperwork earlier in the week, Oakley Dokley's running again. Oh, I'm sorry, did you miss my announcement? Were you on your way to some weekend getaway here in Connecticut? Well, that's okay. You'll hear about it maybe through social media. Social media of which I have no following. Oakley Dokley. Good job there, Lamont. I'm so proud of you. What a way to use the media to let everybody know that you're back on the comeback trail. Whatever. But let me say this. I've got bigger fish to fry. And I can't believe I'm spending this week talking about my own side of the aisle, but I have to. People are starting to ask the question. Most of them people on the left, Democrats, who I can communicate with often. And they're asking the question, hey, Reese, is MAGA breaking up? And my answer to you is no. But there's something else that's happening. There are parts of MAGA that are breaking up. There are parts of folks who were in MAGA who have decided to break up with MAGA. I need to talk to the MAGA folks out there, to Trump supporters out there, even some of the fly-by-night Trump supporters out there. If you think you are hearing certain individuals like lose favor with the Trump administration, please give me the opportunity to explain to you what's happening here. A lot of people have used Donald Trump. They always have since 2015. They have ridden on the coattails of Donald Trump and have made names for themselves by being the outlier. I want you to think about this, folks, and those of you who know exactly what I'm talking about. When everyone was hating on Donald Trump, the robust, rebellious thing to do was to openly proclaim, I'm a Trumper. And that got you attention, which people would say, he's unapologetically a Trump supporter. Even while everybody else is saying they don't like Trump. Trump's a bad guy. Trump's evil. Trump's Satan. This guy stands there firmly and says, I support Trump. So then the focus is on them. Let me name a few folks for you. One in particular, Candace Owens. Candace Owens was one of the first people who jumped on the scene as a former Democrat supporting what everybody called a racist. Candace Owens was actually speaking truth to power. She was challenging the orthodoxy and challenging liberalism. She was seen on every liberal podcast or TV show that she could, and she was questioning white folks that were poking fun at her because they thought that she was supposed to be one of these identity politics folks. And she was questioning them on it. And she had a quick, sharp tongue. And she would lay those people to waste. And sure enough, Candace Owens is a household name. But if you were to watch Candace Owens as of late, you would say, what happened to her? What is going on with Candace Owens? She seems to be so anti-Trump now. She seems to be so pushing back on all of her MAGA folks and all of her MAGA friends. The same could be said for plenty of people out of MAGA world. They seem to be questioning Donald Trump, pushing back on him, saying that this isn't the MAGA that I signed up for. Can I tell you what's going on? Of course I can. Let me tell you what's going on. Donald Trump can't run for office again. Donald Trump is about to approach his last hurrah. The next 3 years, Donald Trump will govern as Donald Trump sees fit. No matter what happens, whether he loses the midterms, whether or not he retains more seats in government, and his entire agenda goes on. But when Trump is gone, all of these other folks remain, and they have a job, or they won't. And what you are seeing now is called media shape-shifting ahead of schedule. Laying down the framework for when Donald Trump is gone and there is no Trumpism for which they can promote themselves, they set this narrative that, see, all along, I was someone who wasn't this all-around Trumper. See, I've got a product and a brand to save. That's what it's about. See, if they understood principle, it would be about principle. But, folks, media is media, and media is money. That's what it is. There used to be a time where bloggers were just bloggers. They made no money. There used to be a time when podcasters were just podcasters, and they made a little bit of money. But now, because podcasts are the way to go, and everyone's got one, and everybody is now throwing their money at them, there's millions of dollars at stake. And you have to ask yourself that when Trump's gone, and you can't use Trump as a way to line your pockets, what will you do with your brand? What happens when Trumpism is gone? Will there be Vanceism or Rubioism? And is that as marketable as Trumpism? That's all it is. But see, my good mentor, my favorite man in the world in this business, Rush Limbaugh, said, never let anything define you other than you. If you have made your bones based on what the media has portrayed about you, the media will take that away from you. If people don't know who you are based upon the tone you set, the tone sets you. If it is MAGA Republican Candace Owens, you're not Candace Owens. You get my meaning? You're watching these people squirm around trying to figure out how they save their brand and whether or not people will actually listen to them once Trump is gone. And if the midterms are an indication, what happens when Donald Trump loses power in the House or the Senate, and the impeachments come or the attacks come or whatever the investigations are, and then Trump's got to, then everybody else has got to either defend Trump, who would be a lame duck, and they have to focus elsewhere, or they actually have to start delivering based upon the millions of dollars that have been invested in them. And a lot of them are scared that they're not going to be able to. So when I hear these people come in here and talk about, oh, Reese, you're shilling for Donald Trump. My reputation ain't from him. My reputation was never built on Donald Trump. If you were paying attention, many of you know, and it's well documented, I was late to the MAGA field. I was way late. I refused to align myself with any particular group other than being a conservative. Why? Because I didn't want anybody saying, well, what happens when it's over? For me, nothing. For me, business as usual. Can I tell you a little secret? Can I tell you a really, really ugly secret? Let me tell you a really ugly secret. Do you know what I quietly say behind the scenes? Nobody knows this, but I'm going to tell you. In this business, if you're a conservative, you sometimes hope the Democrats take over. If you're in this business, you sometimes hope a Democrat becomes the president of the United States. Do you want to know why? If you're in this line of business? Because opposition on the radio to Democrats and Democrat policies is pay dirt. Do you understand that? Because if you pay attention, what are all these folks doing? They spend so much time defending Donald Trump. Now, all of a sudden, they're going back to the opposition of Donald Trump. Why? Because it's profitable now. And opposition to the administration gets money. None of these folks have any allegiance to any ideology. They have allegiance to their bottom line. See, I come here to entertain, enlighten. My job is to do those things. So I don't care who's in office. If they have an idea that I like, I talk about it. If they have an idea that I hate, I talk about it. I engage with you on the microphone. But you see these folks and everybody's saying, what's happening here? Eric Erickson said this. Sean Hannity said that. And I see all of you playing up to it. I get texts all the time. Eric Erickson, he seems to be jumping off ship. He's criticizing 47. And I go, yeah, and? This means what? Eric Erickson's never moved a vote. With all due respect, he's never moved a vote. Eric Erickson's no kingmaker. Neither am I. Sean Hannity didn't put anybody in the White House. Name what is Hugh Hewitt? Who did he put in the White House? Who were these kingmakers? So these people who are expressing, I can't believe a talk show host who sounds like he's MAGA is now criticizing the president of the United States. Why are you surprised? You're stunned? Let me explain. Here's why you're stunned. You've never criticized the guy on your side. You have pledged allegiance to that individual, no matter who he is, Barack Obama. No matter what he says or does, Barack Obama. And now when you see it happening on the other side, you can't believe it? Now when you see it happening on Donald Trump's side, people showing their allegiance to Donald Trump, you can't believe it? When Barack Obama was around, it didn't matter. Barack Obama could have came on stage and said, I think everybody in here should have their grandparents die. And you would like, I've never ever really thought about my grandmother dying. It would make healthcare more affordable. You guys would do it, and you have. You have. Remember Barack Obama last year. You know what's wrong with you brothers? You won't support the sister. All you brothers out there won't support the sister. How are you not going to support the sister? And then less than a year later, I'd like to represent Abigail Spanberger, whitest woman in Virginia. Yes, I know there's a black woman on the other side, but that's not a real black woman. Abigail Spanberger is as black as it comes. You guys didn't bat an eye. Don't ever come at me explaining to me this nonsense that you folks think that you understand. You don't. I've understood it since the beginning. I told you I didn't have any friends. I told you I have no allegiances other than to what I believe. And if you're on board with that, you're my buddy, my pal. But outside of that, I don't care. I don't need Candace Owens. I don't need Steven Crowder. I don't need Hugh Hewitt. I don't need any of them. I'm not trying to be friends with them. I'm not trying to be pal. I'm not trying to fill up my Rolodex with famous people that I know or politicians that I know. I never call them, and they never call me because I don't compromise. I am who I am. And if they think I'm relevant, they'll meet me there. If they don't, they'll ignore me. But I'm cool with that too. So if you think there's a breakup going on in MAGA, you're not paying attention. The MAGA movement isn't Donald Trump. And if you think it is, that's where you fail. MAGA is what MAGA stands for. Making America great again. That happens with Donald Trump or not. What you're paying attention to are silly politics outside of the real movement. Making America great has no expiration date. Perhaps you should figure that out. When we come back, more news, more views. We'll take some phone calls as well. I'll read your comments in the chat room if you want to chime in. And plus, my wife, Roseanne, on the radio is here. And we'll talk to her as well. So stick around. Reese on the Radio, WTIC, News Talk 1080.
At Ideal Mechanical Services, your comfort is our priority. As experts in heating and cooling, we specialize in repairs, upgrades, and energy-efficient installation using trusted American standard equipment. Our factory-trained technicians deliver honest, reliable service every time. And as a family-owned business and not a big corporation, we pride ourselves on clear communication and personal attention. Financing is available through the Smart E-Loan program to make your next project even more affordable. Call us today at 860-368-7625.
Newsmax, you like Newsmax. I like it too. Newsmax has been terrific.
President Trump is right. Millions like you are tuning into Newsmax. You're watching Newsmax on cable. You're going to our streaming channel, Newsmax 2. And you're downloading our free Newsmax app on your smartphones and TVs. Reuters Institute says we're now one of the top news brands in the nation. Every night, watch great shows with Rob Schmidt, Carl Higbie, Rob Finnerty, and more as they expose the big media lies, the Washington swamp, and they're never afraid to talk about faith, freedom, and the values that made us great. Find out why Newsmax is the fastest-growing news channel in America. Make the switch today and join our news revolution. Get Newsmax on cable, on streaming, and download the free app today. It takes just seconds to start. Let President Trump know you stand with Newsmax. It's for real news, for real people. Make the switch today.
Life's unpredictable and full of unknowns, but your vehicle shouldn't be. No one wants to face an unexpected repair that could derail their plans and budget. That's why we're introducing CarShield, the ultimate way to future-proof your ride. We're not just about fixing problems, we're about preventing financial surprises. You can get a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan designed to save you from out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Imagine driving with complete peace of mind, knowing that if something goes wrong, you'll pay almost nothing for covered repairs. Included in every plan is free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. This protection plan is at an all-time low, making it accessible to any driver. Don't wait for a breakdown to realize you need coverage. Invest in the future of your vehicle and your wallet today. Call CarShield now for your free quick quote. Call 800-908-8646. That's 800-908-8646. Future-proof your ride. Call CarShield now. 800-908-8646. 800-908-8646. Again, 800-908-8646.
Never liked braces? Invisalign is an alternative that may be right for you. It's removable, more comfortable, and reduces the risk of developing cavities and gum disease. Get your dream smile discreetly and easily. Call Columbia Dental at 860-645-0111.
You've tried it all. Bad diets, tiny portions, expensive injections. At Awaken 180, our medication-free program teaches you how to eat for your body. Plenty of food, sustainable results, and lifetime support. Visit awaken180weightloss.com today.
And now, a WTIC news update.
46 degrees at 2:30. I'm Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News. High remains in the upper 40s this afternoon, down around 30 tonight. Upper 40s again tomorrow with some rain tomorrow night. The Chicago Sun-Times reports 21 demonstrators, including clergy members, are under arrest after a morning protest outside an ICE facility in suburban Broadview.
The day started with a peaceful protest organized by clergy members. Later, things went south. Some in the crowd tried to push past police past a designated protest area. Police pushed back with batons. They chanted, "Who do you protect? Who do you serve?" and "Shame on you," as arrests were made.
That's Mike Krauser of Odyssey station WBBM. The mayor of Broadview says 4 police officers were hurt. Mostly peaceful protesters have been opposing immigrant detentions, conditions at the facility, and violent tactics by federal agents. A major air attack by Russia targeting civilian housing kills 6 people and wounds dozens in the Ukrainian capital. BBC reporter James Landale is there.
Over several hours, Russia bombarded the capital with 430 bomber drones and 18 missiles. Most were shot down, but 23 found their target. At one housing block in eastern Kiev, we saw a huge hole in the side of the building in which 4 people were killed by a drone strike.
In response, Ukraine has launched its own drones and missiles against Russian targets. Whalers legend Kevin Dineen will be back at the old Hartford Civic Center tomorrow, now known as People's Bank Arena. He tells WTIC's Brian and Company he's fighting his own cancer battle, and he's taking part in the program Hockey Fights Cancer.
Hockey Fights Cancer. The NHL has done just an incredible job of kind of highlighting that. It's really the whole month, and it was just a unique circumstance that we didn't really know how impactful this was going to be when I signed up for it.
The captain will sign autographs before the Wolfpack 6 p.m. game against Laval. The Wolfpack will wear special warm-up jerseys that will be auctioned off. Again, that's tomorrow night. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 199. S&P is plus 17. The NASDAQ is up 108. And we check the WTIC forecast.
Through this afternoon, we'll see temperatures stuck in the 40s. Still a bit of a northwesterly breeze at 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusting to 25 or 30. Can't rely on a scattered flurry or shower somewhere, but it's mostly dry. Tonight, partly cloudy to clear, diminishing wind, lows in the 20s. Saturday, partly sunny with increasing clouds, highs in the 40s. Some rain developing Saturday evening into Saturday night with rising temperatures overnight Saturday night. And maybe a lingering shower or two into Sunday morning, followed by some clearing and windy conditions. Highs in the morning reach 48 to 55. The temperatures drop Sunday afternoon as winds gust to 40 miles an hour. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds Monday, windy and chilly conditions, highs in the 40s. I'm meteorologist Bob Cox in the WTIC Weather Center.
46 degrees now. For more, check out WTIC.com. I'm Dave Maker. WTIC 1080 News.
Attention Southern New England HVAC and mechanical contractors. Eagle Rivet is your trusted roofing partner for professional roof penetrations and flashing. We ensure your customers' roofs remain watertight during installations, protecting their warranties. We also offer complimentary roof inspections to identify potential issues before any HVAC work begins. Call Eagle Rivet today at 860-953-1231 or visit us online at eaglerivet.com. That's EAGLERIVET.com. Eagle Rivet is proud to support Rebuilding Together Hartford.
Connecticut, it's time to shape what's next. Join entrepreneurs, business leaders, and changemakers for shaping Connecticut's future. November 19th at the Loading Dock in Stamford. Explore the bold ideas transforming our state in tech, bioscience, manufacturing, and beyond. Meet the people driving innovation and the movement changing how we think about Connecticut's future. The future isn't waiting, it's being built right here, right now. Join us at shapingctsfuture.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/fax or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-894-7722. That's 800-894-7722. Again, 800-894-7722.
Debt payments keeping you up at night? Credit cards, medical bills, personal loans. If you owe more than $10,000 in unsecured debt, we can help you settle for less. At J.G. Wentworth, many clients cut their debt by up to 50% before fees, potentially saving thousands of dollars. Even if your credit is damaged, we can help. And remember, you don't pay us a dime unless we reduce your debt. Call 877-CASH-NOW. The call is free. The consultation is free. And the bigger your debt, the more we can help you save. Act now. If you owe $10,000 or more, call 877-CASH-NOW. That's 877-CASH-NOW. Call right now. Your path toward financial freedom starts today with J.G. Wentworth. 877-CASH-NOW. Results vary. Not all debts qualify. Debt resolution impacts credit and may increase what you owe. Average savings before fees, 43%, 25% after fees. J.G. Wentworth does not pay debts or provide legal, tax, or credit repair services.
The hour that packs a punch. It's Reese on the Radio on WTIC News Talk 1080.
We are back. Plenty of news and plenty of views for you on this Friday on WTIC News Talk 1080. If you're just joining us, we were talking about whether or not MAGA is breaking up. And I've made the case that people don't understand that the media business is the media business. In the beginning, it is always about the things that you care about, right? That's what this medium begins for a lot of folks. The things that you care about, and then you get a name for yourself in that based upon the things that you care about. I can remember, Roseanne, I'm going to throw you in here on this one. Did you watch the Rosie O'Donnell daytime talk show ever back in the day? Did you ever? You didn't. Let me put you on camera, by the way, so those of you who watch online.
I think I might have.
Okay.
I can vaguely recall watching.
I loved that show. I tell you right off the bat.
She had a crazy thing for Tom Cruise.
That's
right?
correct.
Which is weird because they're playing for the same team.
Right. Okay. Yes, Rosie O'Donnell is a lesbian. It's okay to say that. It's not rumored. It's not taboo or
allegedly.
Rumored. It's not allegedly. She is a lesbian. Anyway, but yes. So the Rosie O'Donnell show was infamous for, one, as you stated, her relationship with Tom Cruise, or at least loving him. In fact, it was great because she turned her talk show into a will they or won't they ever meet kind of deal. Okay. No, I know you were going in that direction. She talked about him so much that finally he was going to be on the show. In fact, if I remember correctly, many of you might remember this, there was a sort of a countdown to Tom Cruise coming on the show.
Snap and lose her mind before?
Well, yeah. Well, she kept saying that, she couldn't wait for him to be on. And of course, the audience was very much involved in it. And her audience grew because she was so promoting of Tom Cruise. And cutie patootie was the term that she would always use. Anyway, I love the show from the little foosballs or little fuzzballs that she used to throw out to the audience with the rubber band and all that stuff. But she was great home television. She was Ellen DeGeneres before Ellen DeGeneres was, sort of the nice lady on radio, on TV. Tom Cruise came on. It was great. Huge ratings. Boom, fire. It made her the most popular. And then something went wrong. And everyone knows it. They were there to witness it because it was like a bomb went off. The actor Tom Selleck, famously from Magnum P.I.
I know Tom Selleck. Who doesn't?
Went on the program to promote a television series that he was doing for CBS. In fact, he had a long relationship with CBS before Blue Bloods. And there was this fictional private eye that he was playing on CBS, and he was going. I can't remember the guy's name.
Is it similar to the one he played in the 80s?
No, it was like Mickey Spillane kind of ish, or Alex Jones, like that kind of. Not Alex Jones, Alex Cross. I apologize.
Okay.
Like an Alex Cross character.
Okay.
And he had revised this role plenty of times. Anyway, so he was on Rosie O'Donnell's show to promote that. But at the same time, he was the celebrity spokesperson for the NRA. And if I'm almost certain of this, I could be wrong, but it must have been after Columbine. So this is 99 maybe. After 99, early 2000s. And Justin, help me out if you can on the facts on this. It was Rosie O'Donnell's famous back and forth with Tom Selleck on the Rosie O'Donnell show. Do you have it? Oh, she's looking it up now.
I'm asking Grok.
Okay.
It was in 1999.
It was in 1999. Okay, so Columbine just happened. Do you remember the month? Does it have the month? Because Columbine was April, if I'm remembering correctly.
It was May. Yeah.
Okay.
So after Columbine.
So right after Columbine, Tom Selleck is on the program. See, I knew I know these things like too well. So Jesse Stone, thank you, Chris. Chris knew it. Jesse Stone was the character that Tom Selleck was playing. He was there to promote that TV series. Anyway, because he was the national spokesperson or celebrity spokesperson for NRA, Rosie laid in on him. And it was contentious. And Tom Selleck pushed back and said, I'm not here for that. I'm here to promote the show. I thought this was supposed to be a happy-go-lucky show where you come in and promote, your vehicle. But Rosie wouldn't let up. And it changed everything about Rosie. Rosie's whole life and her mission changed. That's what you become notorious for. And that was the moment Rosie O'Donnell went from fun-loving, daytime talk show host to being the contentious woman that she became on The View.
That's what it says right here.
Right? I'm reading off a script? No, right?
No, it says here that Tom Selleck held no grudges in 2007. He's like, I still like her. I just, need her to take a deep breath. And Rosie, her ratings dropped. She just tanked.
She tanked after that.
Yeah.
But sure enough, did she fail downwards? Nope. Did she fail lateral? No. She got a cushy spot on The View.
It kind of is a downward spiral.
Well, it does. But why was she there? Because she had joined the sort of orthodoxy that is liberalism. And Rosie O'Donnell will always be known as the war that she started with Donald Trump, where she did the hair flip on The View, and that's what she is notorious for. People forget that this woman was an actress, her start on Star Search, all of that stuff is gone. Everything about her was pure. Everything about her was fun-loving. She was a lovable lesbian, and nobody cared. She was.
Right.
But now she is notorious for being an adversary of Donald Trump.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I was literally like, what did Rosie O'Donnell ever star in that I would have watched?
You don't remember a movie that she was in? A League of Their Own.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, Madonna's name pretty much carried them. And there was Tom Hanks. And then there was,
Gina Davis.
No. The little guy, the angry curmudgeon, the you guy.
Danny DeVito. Oh, you're talking about John Lovitz.
It was you, yeah.
Anyway, yes, Wendy, she did. She's moved out of the U.S. She's in Ireland now.
Thank
But what
God.
I'm saying to you is that, and my point in all of this, in a very, very long and drawn-out way, is that there are things that make you, right? And sometimes you have to ride that coattail. It is never, since Rosie O'Donnell and that relationship with Donald Trump went south, she has continued on a downward trajectory ever since. It's really bad, right? She's seeing a therapist now, blah, blah, blah.
Getting her drugs.
Right. So look at all of these people, in essence, who have now made their names off of Donald Trump, either being supportive of him or being the sort of antithesis to Donald Trump. It has always gone downhill. Why? Because everybody needs a new avenue at some point.
Well, and they're trying to, I guess for a lack of a better way to say it, is they're trying to one-up the next guy, but unfortunately they're just digging deeper into the sewer pit.
So the authenticity is gone.
Yeah. Well, I think part of it is, you have to stay in your lane, right? Taylor Swift, just sing pretty songs.
Right.
Dance nice. Be that guy's fiance, whatever his name is, Kelsey. Yeah. Be his fiance, right? Rosie O'Donnell, just do terrible movies with Madonna.
Yeah, or just tell jokes because you are a comedian. I think you're rather funny.
Jimmy Kimmel, please find better writers and get back to being a comedian. Just do your job. Your job is comedian. If you want to become a commentary, a political analyst, then do that.
Right.
But until then, you are ruining yourself by trying to be something for which you were absolutely incredible. Like Kim Kardashian talking about, oh, I keep failing the bar because of ChatGPT. Well, chick, don't blame ChatGPT. Study. You're ruining your whole brand. Your whole brand has nothing to do with how smart you are. Your brand has something to do with one thing and one thing only, and your mommy made sure you cashed in.
So
Stick
that's
to that.
So now you're understanding my point is that now people, and Jimmy Kimmel, as you mentioned, is a good point to what I'm talking about. It has now become so relevant for Jimmy Kimmel to be the adversary to Donald Trump that people are forgetting that this guy has a job in comedy. Even his wife thinks, and she does, she said it herself.
Oh my God,
she says that her family members make her angry because they are choosing Donald Trump instead of her husband who writes jokes.
No. What she said was they're voting for Trump
Yeah.
and not my husband.
And not my husband.
Sorry. Is your husband running for president right now?
Exactly. So she's even forgotten what her husband does for a living.
And listen, if my family chose to do things that went against what Reese on the radio, so you know what my response is? I hope that works for you. I love you.
Yeah.
That's you. It has nothing to do with you specifically or me specifically. It is a personal choice. There was a time in America where personal choice was just that.
Yeah.
It was okay, and you weren't having to be worried about being shunned by your family or shot.
But yes, my point remains.
Sorry.
That when these people, as soon as they start identifying as the Trump, like the Trump talk show host or the Trump personality or the Trump this, they are pigeonholed by that. And then out of fear that Trump may not be here
You got to
in the
foreshadow
future.
something new,
Exactly.
a new
Now,
angle.
exactly. Now I need a new angle. So now the new angle is, people are hopefully going to say, oh, you know what? He was actually very, very anti-Trump in the end of 2025. He switched. So all of a sudden you're being identified by these markers that are related to Donald Trump.
It's like these young people trying to say, well, the Democrat Party had a switch.
Yes.
Democrats and Republicans, they switched views.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. So
when did that happen?
So
it's foreshadowing a change to soften the blow because, well, I mean, like I realized in the end that it was bad. So I don't need your forgiveness because I'm on your side now.
Because at the end of the day, you're hoping that
everybody forgets.
Well, yeah, one, that they forget. But two, look, I said it about Drudge Report. And I'll say this as oftentimes as I can. Drudge made his bones in the 90s exposing the Monica Lewinsky scandal. That entire time that he was doing all of that for years, he was the go-to for a lot of people in the media. In fact, he even caught other news media going to Drudge Report. So he becomes mainstream. He gets over 65 million hits a day. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he switches to liberalism. He's criticizing Donald Trump. He's doing the same aggregate, but now every aggregate site is a criticism of Donald Trump.
He's promoting
so
the other side instead of being neutral.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden, people are going, what happened to Drudge Report? What happened to Drudge Report was, as I said about Mitt Romney, once people start criticizing you for being Donald Trump, you have to ask yourself, or being with Donald Trump, you have to ask yourself, are you there because of Donald Trump? Or are you there because that's how you honestly feel? If you flip-flop, you're not being honest.
Right.
And you see these folks do it all the time. Mitt Romney calls himself a conservative, but the minute that they say that he bullied an ambiguously gay 12-year-old in a 1,700-word piece in the Washington Post, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he's no longer conservative. He's one of them, which is, again, I have no respect for that. You either are who you are, and when you switch sides, you never were the thing that you said you were. Unfortunately, I got to go to break. But I'll talk a little bit more about this, and then I'll take your phone call. So stand by. More news, more views. Roseanne's here. When we return, it's Reese on the Radio on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Life unfolds in ways you never quite expect. Starting a new business, getting remarried, being hurt on the job, or through personal injury. Each time, you're left searching for someone new to trust. But what if you had a full-service law firm that knows you and a firm that can represent all of your legal needs? With BPS Lawyers, you get more than a lawyer. You get a full-service law firm. Visit bpslawyers.com. BPS Lawyers, your lawyers for life. Proud full-service law partner of Yukon Athletics. Nick Payne-Dearis is responsible for the content of this ad.
Hi, I'm Eric Hogarth, certified financial planner from Money Wisdom. You only retire once, and it's important to do it right. Tune in every week as we discuss ways you can manage your money wisely. Don't
Million years, we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You could think you found your dream home online. The kitchen island looks perfect for your inner chef. The backyard, a paradise for your green thumb. And that extra room, hello walk-in closet. But here's the twist. The lot next door just got rezoned for years of construction. And this sound, yeah, you're going to be hearing a lot of that. Don't let your dream home turn into a nightmare. Work with the expertise and ethical training of a Realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Hi, I'm Joe with SimpleSaleUSA.com, and I buy houses cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me at 203-896-4000. I can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, and more importantly, anywhere in Connecticut. I'm a private real estate investor who buys several houses a month, and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorce houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that is trash and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying junk houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at 203-896-4000. That's 203-896-4000. 203-896-4000.
Stay locked in. Reese on the Radio is on WTIC News Talk 1080.
All right, we are back. Reese and Roseanne on Reese on the Radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC. Roseanne, you wanted to say something before I had to take a break. What was the point that you wanted to bring up?
I just want to say that, if you're willing and able to take in an opposing view, keep an open mind and do a little bit of research and find that you're able to change your mind due to new information, that doesn't have anything to do with your integrity as a person. It has everything to do with your willingness to accept and acknowledge that you may not have had the correct information, or you may have had the incorrect stance, but you were willing to grow and change based on new information. And that's what happened to me.
Yeah, I don't doubt that any of these people, like, what was it? I think Mike, who called in earlier this week, was talking about the H-1B visas and all that other stuff, and Matt Walsh was criticizing the president on that, saying that there are Americans who can do these jobs. on stuff like that. People were calling it MAGA has a break with Donald Trump. And I'm just going, yeah, I don't think that you guys know what MAGA means. Like, it was never, ever, because I almost feel like everyone else is giving the impression that there was no daylight between people who support Donald Trump in the media business and Donald Trump's policies. Of course there are.
Right. That's one of the key things about the Republican Party that I found thus far is you're allowed to dissent.
Yeah, exactly.
You're allowed to have your own opinion.
And it is natural. But even some people who are in MAGA who are showing that dissent are making it about as like, no, I can't believe the Trump is doing this. And I'm like, you're not supposed to agree with everything that he says.
Right.
Or,
if you do, then you've got some problems.
It's not, there's no litmus test, if you will. Donald Trump, and as Mike said last week when he was talking about, or this week when he was talking about that as well, and I said, look, there was something about it, the H-1B visas, that to me felt a little special interest, right? In my view. I looked at that. But am I looking at it as, now I'm going, whoa, is a bridge too far for me? I'm going, no, I can disagree with the president on it. During his first administration, he did something that was incredible, and then he ended up switching during this administration. He wanted taxes. He wanted tips pooled for waitresses and waiters. Donald Trump actually overturned that rule that Obama set in, I know people in the waitressing industry who hate the idea.
I worked in a place where they did that. We had to pool, and we had to give money to the bus boys, to the servers, the bartenders. It was crazy.
And what happened afterwards? Donald Trump completely changed on that and came up with the idea of no tax on tips, which everybody now says, hooray! But if you wanted to be a stickler, you could go, I remember when he pooled tips. I'm going, yeah, okay. So what? Trump used to be a pro-choice guy. He became the first pro-life president. Everybody keeps throwing it in my face saying it was like, we used to be pro-choice. And I'm going, yeah, okay. Well, you used to be shorter. Like what?
You used to be younger.
Yeah, it's like, what type of nonsense is that?
Right.
I was like, he had a change of opinion.
Based on information.
On information.
I will tell you, I was pro-choice until I watched a video. It wasn't a graphic video. It was just an animated.
Yeah.
And it showed me, and you know what? I can't. It's
You saw an animated video of yourself getting older?
Abortion.
Oh, you saw an animated video of it.
Keep up, sir.
Sorry.
I saw an animated video. I used to be pro-choice, and then I saw an animated video of the procedure, what it entails, and how things transpire, and it is horrific.
Yeah.
Horrific.
Well, this was also the reason why they wanted, remember there was so much, there was an advocacy group to end women getting a sonogram before the abortion. Because they knew that hearing the heartbeat.
And once you see it with a human face.
Exactly, that would immediately change people's mind. And the pro-abortion advocates did not want that to be there because they knew. Look, I say this all the time, and I say it jokingly, but I really do believe it. I say that there are three things in life that you fall instantly in love with. And that is your dog, your pet, and your car.
Your baby.
Your
dog, your baby, and your car.
Yeah, your dog, your baby, and your car. And did I say something else? What did I just say? Your pet. Oh, yeah. Your dog, your pet. Yeah, your pet, your baby, and your car. You instantly fall in love on first sight.
Right.
On first sight. Sitting in your car for the first time, and you bought it, you paid for it, you fall in love with it. Your dog, as soon as you get a new pet, instant love. You ever see the face of the kid as soon as he gets a new pet? Loses his mind.
I know.
And instantly fall in love. And if that pet jumps on him and starts licking him, love
everybody's
instantly.
in tears.
Exactly. And a baby. And a baby is just one of those things, even when it's not your baby, when you see it in the mall.
All the time. We were at Friendly Hands this weekend.
Yeah.
You were telling the lady, you better get that baby away from her. She's going to want to smell it and touch it.
Instant. We got to go to the news. John Silva is in the WTIC newsroom.
WTIC is celebrating 100 years on the air and 100 years of serving Connecticut. This is WTIC and WTIC FM HD2 Hartford, an Odyssey station.
46 degrees at 3. I'm Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News. High in the upper 40s this afternoon, down around 30 tonight, then back to the upper 40s tomorrow. The federal bankruptcy judge says He will approve the latest deal to settle thousands of lawsuits against Purdue Pharma, the Stanford-based producer of OxyContin. It would require members of the Sackler family, which own the company, to contribute up to $7 billion, and the deal replaces another rejected by the Supreme Court, which found it would have improperly protected the family against future lawsuits. CBS News legal analyst Lori Levinson.
But the key to this settlement agreement, which was the dispute before, is that the Sackler family will not get immunity. They can still be sued by those individuals who opt out of the payment scheme.
The highly complex deal could close a chapter in the legal fight over the opioid crisis connected to 900,000 deaths in the U.S. over 3 decades. Federal health officials say 23 babies in 13 states, none in Connecticut, have gotten sick in a botulism outbreak connected to ByHeart infant formula. The company has recalled all its products. No deaths have been reported. Governor Lamont is traveling the state today and launching his campaign for a third term. In a video released on social media, he talks about responding to the state's economic challenges.
GE moving to Boston. I said, we're turning around the moving vans. I want you to believe in the state of Connecticut again. We've invested in our kids. We've invested in our cities. We have more new jobs created than ever before, and we've cut taxes. I hear it from people all the time. There's still a lot more to do.
A Democrat, Lamont will be 72 next year. He's facing a challenge from the more progressive wing of his own party by Hamden State Rep Josh Elliott. Responding to newly released emails shedding light on his friendship with serial child rapist Jeffrey Epstein, President Trump is deflecting, asking his Department of Justice to look into Democrats' ties to Epstein. That, as he lobbies against the House vote to force the DOJ to release the Epstein files, which Trump previously promised to release.
In a social media post, Trump says he's asking Attorney General Pam Bondi and the FBI to investigate Epstein's relationships with former President Bill Clinton, former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers, and LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman. Next week, the House will vote on whether to compel the Justice Department to release all its Epstein files. Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene told CBS Mornings Trump should not oppose the release.
I think it's a huge miscalculation.
She points out some of Epstein's victims have said Trump did nothing wrong. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
There's resistance in Charlotte, North Carolina, where the president's Border Patrol agents are soon expected.
Mecklenburg County Sheriff Gary McFadden says Customs and Border Protection agents could be in Charlotte within days.
We don't need immigration and custom enforcement coming into Charlotte, disrupting our city, creating fear in our city and workplace.
Niecy Brown is with the AFL-CIO. President Trump is defending sending federal agents and the military into Democratic-run cities. Susan Rodriguez McDowell is a county commissioner.
Whatever occurs in the coming days, we must meet the moment peacefully, reduce panic, and remember that due process will be back.
Local authorities in Charlotte say they have not been asked to assist. I'm Ed Donahue.
The New England Patriots have the NFL's best record, and they're hearing MVP chants from the fans for young quarterback Drake May. Center Garrett Bradbury admits they hear those chants.
Yeah, he's playing like it, but he's not playing for that award. I mean, it's not distracting. The fans are excited. We're giving them something to be excited about. So everyone hears it. You can't not hear it, but I think Vrabel's done a good job helping us focus on just the task at hand.
The Patriots beat the Jets last night and head to Cincinnati a week from Sunday. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 139, S&P is plus 28, the NASDAQ is plus 146. And we check the WTIC forecast.
Through the rest of this afternoon, some clouds and perhaps a stray shower in a couple spots, a high 48 degrees. And for tonight, clear to partly cloudy, chilly, low at 30 degrees, 20 though in many suburbs. For tomorrow, turning out cloudy, high at 47 degrees. For tomorrow night, clouds will thicken up. We'll see intermittent rain, breezy, low of 40 degrees early, though temperatures likely rising through the 40s for the overnight. And for Sunday, mostly cloudy, windy, and warm. Temperatures topping 54 for the afternoon. This is meteorologist Matt Benz in the WTIC Weather Center.
46 degrees now. Sports, college football, UConn hosting Air Force tomorrow at noon. Men's college basketball, UConn plays BYU tomorrow night in Boston. Women's basketball, top-ranked UConn hosting Ohio State in Hartford Sunday. Tonight, the Knicks host Miami. Wolfpack home against Rochester. And there's college hockey, 14th-ranked UConn hosting 11th-ranked Northeastern. For more, check out WTIC.com. I'm Dave Maker, WTIC 1080 News.
Another summer over,
And you may have noticed that your energy is lower. Your workouts aren't as productive. Perhaps you aren't sleeping as well and feel foggy all the time. Maybe even your sex drive is off. This is Dale for Northeast Men's Health. And if you're experiencing some or all of these symptoms, it's likely you have low testosterone. And if that's what's going on with you, don't wait. You need to call us at Northeast Men's Health and get treated for your low T. Because living with low testosterone is no way to live. With our low T treatments, if you're like most guys, your life will change considerably. Improve sleep, better energy, greater gains in the gym, better mental clarity, and your sex drive will likely improve as well. Plus, most men see these results in just a few weeks. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes PSA and T tests and a medical consult. And if you start treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-930-5956. That's 800-930-5956 or go to northeastmenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the Northeast to serve you. Northeast Men's Health, a Promedic restorative health practice.
Getting on the path to good health is just a matter of getting started. Start with us. At Pro Health Physicians, we're here throughout your whole health journey. Getting to know you. Charting your progress. With checkups and last-minute care when you need it. And our nurses are here 24/7 to guide you.
Pro Health, we're your primary care team.
Learn more at prohealthmd.com.
Hi, I'm Nancy Cartwright. You may know me better as the voice of Bart Simpson. On Simpsons Declassified, we're diving into the mysteries that keep the Simpsons forever young. Have you ever wondered how the Simpsons regularly predicts future events? Who better to ask than the show's creators, performers, and writers, the celebrity guests? Be sure to follow and listen to Simpsons Declassified wherever you get your podcasts.
It's Reese on the Radio. Ask your doctor if common sense is right for you. On News Talk 1080 WTIC.
It's not. Let's get to some headlines. Now, Roseanne, you're going to love this particular headline because you know it involves my favorite couple in the world. It's another interesting saga in Willis and Wade.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about them. Girl.
A new prosecutor has been chosen to replace Fani Willis in the Georgia lawfare RICO case against President Donald Trump. Last month, Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee gave prosecuting attorneys 14 days to assign a new prosecutor to Fani Willis's lawfare case, or he'll dismiss the case without prejudice. Well, today, just hours before the deadline, they appointed a new prosecutor. The executive director of Georgia's Prosecuting Attorneys Council entered an appearance as district attorney pro tempore. Per legal analysis of Phil Holloway, Pete Skandalakakis, executive director of Georgia's Prosecuting Attorneys Council, has entered his appearance as district attorney pro tempore. Yes, I was never going to be able to pronounce that name.
You read so good.
A top housing official in the President Donald Trump's administration has referred California Democrat Representative Eric Swalwell to the Justice Department for potential federal criminal probe based on allegations of mortgage and tax fraud related to a Washington, D.C. home, according to a person familiar with the referral. He is the 4th Democrat official to face mortgage fraud allegations in recent months. Bill Pult, the director of a federal housing finance agency, alleged in a letter sent to the Attorney General Pam Bondi on Wednesday that Swalwell may have made false or misleading statements in loan documents. The matter has been referred to the agency's acting inspector general. This person said, as Swalwell says, as the most vocal critic of Donald Trump over the last decade. You know what? Forget about that. We don't need to read it for him. We'll just let Swalwell tell you himself.
Well, first, of course, these allegations are false. Just like the allegations against Adam Schiff are false, and Letitia James are false, and Lisa Cook are false. And
how does he know that?
Spoiler alert for you. There will be allegations next week against somebody that'll be false.
That's how he knows.
Look at Kreskin over here.
No, the Justice Department has not said anything just through leaked media reporting. But this is really about Donald Trump going after his political enemies.
Yes, it is. We're down. We're down for that. Yes, he's going after his political enemies. Yes. Yes, Queen.
Such a
and no one has been a more vocal critic than me. And as you mentioned, I have one of the only remaining lawsuits against Donald Trump for his role on January 6th.
So he's going after your mortgage fraud? You have the one remaining lawsuit against Donald Trump on January 6th because no one else could find any evidence that he was responsible. You're the only bozo with a standing lawsuit.
He has the smoking gun hidden in his drawer.
I hope he doesn't use the BBC footage.
Day going to work to fight Donald Trump. I fight for Californians. He just happens to get in the way. And if he thinks for 1 second that me or Adam Schiff or Tish James or Lisa Cook are going to back down or hide under the bed or shrink, he is wrong.
Nobody thinks anything. No one cares about this bozo. Anyway, now I want to ask people, have you ever heard of something so ridiculous as the community safety surcharge? Now I want you to think about that. I want you to think on a political level. A community safety surcharge.
Is that like the cell phone companies that charge you a 911 surcharge?
They do that. In fact, I remember a cell phone company in New York had a hidden fee on its cell phone charge for the subway. Yeah, for being able to use...
Why, did you get cell service in the subway?
And at the time you did not, but they charged you for it anyway. Yeah, it was really, really wild. Well, here's what the community safety surcharge is, and it's what many people are calling a job killer. Mayor Brandon Johnson of Chicago, he wants to implement this community safety surcharge, and he wants to apply it to any major business in the city of Chicago that has 100 or more employees. If the business has 100 or more employees, then the company will pay a monthly employee fee of $21 a month per employee a month.
Why?
In order for that money to implement safety measures in and around the city where the business...
You mean the ICE and the Border Patrol and
Yes.
the National Guard?
Yes.
He's going to pay the federal workers?
Right. No, he's going to pay for security. Now, this is what it is. He is calling it a community safety surcharge. You know what the mob used to call it? Protection money. That's all it is.
I'm so angry.
That's all it is. Remember when the mob used to go through every, small company and you had to give them a couple $1,000s?
I've seen movies, but no, I don't remember it. I've seen it in movies.
Well, yeah. They walk in and they go.
If they were capable of this,
right?
Why is it only now happening? And what about the other billions of dollars in social services that go toward, policing and
fire,
disadvantaged youth and programs to keep them off the streets? I've lived on the south side of Chicago, okay? 103rd and King. 103rd and King. They called it the Wild Hundreds.
The Wild Hundred.
The Wild Hundreds.
It's better than the Fruit Loop, but whatever.
Police chases, gunshots, and it was the whole 9 yards. You remember the movie Big? When Tom Hanks goes to New York and he turns off the TV because it was all the screaming and it was scaring him. So he turns it off and then it keeps happening.
Yeah, it's in real life.
It's happening outside. That was Chicago.
Yeah.
And this was back in 2007 when the boy was an infant. So if it was happening then and you had the ability to implement a security charge.
Yes, a community safety surcharge.
Yes, that.
This is nothing. It's not even extortion. I'm telling you, this is mob-like, security money.
But what about all the other money that they're already not using to fund?
Apparently this is for, again.
So angry.
It is. It's like, it's just so many people.
Just give the people this money and let them, pay for their own security.
Listen, their objective right now is most of the businesses are saying, look, if you want to drive us out of town, you're going to charge us $21 a head.
I'm sure the Latin Kings would be more than happy to patrol the neighborhood and keep it safe for the same money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least they'll know, we can't sell drugs to that kid because his mama pays the surcharge.
Now it's time for the stupidest thing I read today.
That wasn't it?
No, it should have been.
Could very well be the stupidest person on the face of the earth.
I give this one to Roseanne because she forwarded it to me. She said, just in case artificial intelligence wasn't encroaching upon enough human spaces of late, an art world troll sneakily displayed a piece of AI-generated art at a museum in the UK last month, before bemused visitors alerted employees to the artificially intelligent design. The digital print had been surreptitiously, I hate that word, showcased at the National Museum Cardiff in Wales by secretive artist Elias Marrow, who said the work was viewed by a few hundred people before its removal. Rendered in the style of a historical oil painting, the machine-generated masterpiece depicted a young boy in a school uniform who was sitting down with a book under his arm and an empty plate on his lap. Marrow had reportedly sketched out the image before rendering it with AI and making prints. To complete the effect, Marrow hung the plaque beside the magnum faux pas, identifying itself as the empty plate by said author, along with listing the medium, the lender. The digital print on paper, custom-made frame, limited edition, signed, on loan from the artist in 2025. The gorilla artwork was reportedly displayed in the museum's contemporary art gallery for several hours before sharp-eyed visitors caught wise to the con and brought it to the attention of staff. Now, this is, do you think
I call that brilliant and genius. The stupidest people have to be the museum. Because wasn't there just a massive heist at a European museum?
At the Louvre.
Louvre. So people can now just not only come into the museum and take things, but they can just put things on the wall willy-nilly.
This is what art is pretentious. It is. And I will always go back to that 2020 John Stossel thing where because John Stossel hates the pretentious, right? He hates the pretentious left. And so he did this one thing where they were at an art gallery. They set the whole thing up with cameras everywhere, and they got a bunch of 6-year-olds to go in the back with finger paint and just go wild. And then they would put it out on the wall for the people to look at, and there were all of these pretentious wine sippers going over, going, "Oh, look, that's marvelous! I love the stroke of the."
You can see the artist really he's struggling there. He's really feeling
Exactly.
some sort of anxiety and angst.
And so then John Stossel comes out. Then John Stossel comes out. Yeah, and he's like, "Would you like us to introduce you to the artist?" And they were so absolutely enamored.
Absolutely.
Sure enough, this 6-year-old comes out eating paste. And everybody's like, surely you're not serious.
You can't
like,
possibly be serious.
And this kid is like, "Yep, I made it at lunch."
Mommy says I'm special.
They deserved every bit of it. They just did.
Didn't you say they were priced at like $50,000?
Oh yeah, they would just
bidding
they
on
would
it
throw
or something.
these thousands of dollars on it, and these pretentious bozos sitting around talking about how great it is. It's just insane. Let's get to the phones. Dave is in Bristol. How are you, sir? Oh, my bad. There you go, Dave. How are you?
Good. I've never thought about your comment about making America great again. It's a statement by itself, not because Trump obviously phrased it,
right?
So the left, identifies that, and I'm sure in their minds they're thinking the same thing, but they just can't use that same slogan.
Correct.
Their slogan should be "Make America better than it used to be."
Doesn't have the same effect, but you're right.
Because if you follow, in which you do, very carefully, they're not nationalists. The left and Democrats are not nationalists anymore. They're globalists.
Indeed.
And,
Indeed.
So making America what they want is not what it used to be.
Well, you have to understand there, to some degree, think about it this way. If you talk to a leftist, I wouldn't say so much about a regular rank-and-file Democrat, but if you talk to a leftist today, right, is who they are, ask them what they think about America overall. It's not positive. In essence, they believe that America has a debt to pay, not just to slaves in that matter. It's got a debt to pay to the world, right?
Yeah.
It's always been this, this oligarchy that has sort of condemned the world to poverty and to pain and to suffering, and it owes the world its wealth and for it to be given or bestowed upon everyone else. So if you have that view of the country that you live in, imagine someone coming around, I'm going to make America great again, and their response to that is, no, please, we can't make it any greater, because in order for it to be great, it must oppress others. And that's their worldview.
I'm afraid that after Donald Trump, I don't know if there's another even Republican besides maybe J.D. Vance that is a nationalist. I think we're in trouble in the future. I think we're going to turn into a Europe kind of a thing. We're gonna implode from the inside. New York, Michigan.
Can I push back on that in one regard? Because I get what you're saying. And I think what you're doing is the same thing that guys like Steven Crowder and Candace Owens and many people in the news media think. In fact, if I may, let me play this piece for you, because I'm going to give you a perfect example of what you're talking about. This is Morning Joke, Joe Scarborough. This is him talking about what you just said.
And the Trump coalition ends when Donald Trump's off the scene. And we see it with the Republicans losing in 2017, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, now 25. When Donald Trump's not on the ballot, that coalition stays home.
So what he's saying is that when Donald Trump is no longer here, what does anyone have to stand for? But that would be to suggest that the movement doesn't exist when Donald Trump is no longer in it. And I am arguing that's not true. Donald Trump does not put the expiration date on MAGA.
Look what happened with Charlie Kirk, right? They thought if you took out Charlie, the whole movement would die. And what happened?
Exactly.
And I think that's the same thing with Trump.
Well, I hope that's true, but I'm a Bible prophecy guy.
Okay.
And the Bible nobody's ever proven it wrong so far. Just can somebody explain to me why Israel is still a nation, come back as a nation, and it says that it will always be a nation, just like the Ten Commandments, the movie. It's gonna. I mean, I think we're going to see that in the future.
I think in order for any of those things to exist, look, nothing's set in stone, right? In order for anything to exist, people have to be willing to fight for it. So, Donald Trump, and I said this back in 2017, I believe it was. I said it after the 2020 election. I said, look, Donald Trump did all the heavy lifting. Everybody relied on Donald Trump to do all the work. Well, guess what? Now it's on us. But it was always about us. If we listen to Donald Trump's speeches, what does he say? He say, we have forged a new path. We are doing it. He never says I. He says we. But yet everyone makes the whole movement about Donald Trump and his existence in it. It's either us or it's Donald Trump, but we've got to decide.
It removes personal responsibility.
One last thing about Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson is they're anti-Semitic. I think what the Bible says is that eventually the whole world is going to be anti-Semitic against Israel, because the whole world is going to point to they're the problem.
Look, I know that there's a large degree of people who believe that. In fact, I know some people personally who feel that. But it sounds crazy for me to say it, but I really don't quibble with people who believe that. I just understand that those people exist. Thank you, boss man. I appreciate you. Let me get to do I have time? Yes, I do. Let's go. Tony is in Rocky Hill. He wants to talk about Jeffrey Epstein.
Well, I want to a few things have changed. Number one, geez, I thought these programs were about the listeners, not the host. But
no,
anyways,
it is never about the listeners.
About Donald Trump.
It's never about the listeners, sir.
I've been a Donald Trump supporter since 2000.
It's never about the listeners, okay? Tony. It's never about the listeners. The show is called Reese on the Radio. It's not called the listeners on the radio.
2016, and I've been a big follower of Ronald Reagan.
Mm-hmm. And this means what?
And Teddy Roosevelt and John Kennedy.
And this means what?
True images and true molds of true leadership. Donald Trump, I've been a supporter of his for 2016.
And
right now, he's got to brag about what he's doing.
Okay.
A good leader never has to brag about what he's so-called achieved. His results do all the talking.
Tony, can I respond?
No, I have a couple more things to add, please.
Oh, then no.
Okay?
Then no. If you're not going to have an exchange meet and you just want to come in and make it about Tony on the radio, get your show. Go ahead.
I think it's important to understand. If he's talking about what he's talking about what he's doing because nobody else is talking about
very good point.
What he's doing for the country. That's number one. Number two is if you're offended by the fact that he's talking about his accomplishments, we call that projection. If you call it bragging, there's something inside of you that doesn't like that because it reminds you of your own behavior, past or present.
Well, you know what? There was a huge argument that I used to have with Jay King. And he and I used to go back and forth about this. And I used to laugh at Jay King all the time because I used to say Jay King gets all of his talking points from MSNBC. And it was proved every day because he didn't think I watched it. He thought I only watched Fox. But I was trying to explain to him, I watch all the networks you watch because I know when you're going to release those talking points. And he used to say every day, he goes, Donald Trump needs to get off Twitter. Every day he's on Twitter. I wish he'd get off Twitter. And I go, why are you so interested in him getting off Twitter? And it was like, because he's tweeting everything and everybody's listening to him on Twitter. And I'm going, yeah, no, but explain to me what's wrong with him being on Twitter. And he couldn't explain. And I said, oh, okay, so I know that you're just repeating the fact that he's on Twitter because everybody else is. Chuck Schumer, famously, when Donald Trump can get off Twitter, he can get back to governing. And I'm going, okay, here's the reason why people don't want Donald Trump to brag. And at the same time, explaining why he's bragging. If it were left to the mainstream news media, what would they know about the Trump administration? Would they know what he was doing? No.
Well, no, they would assume that he's an Epstein frequent flyer and a pedophile and a misogynist and a racist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the reason why they want him off Twitter, as it were, or in this case, they want him off Truth Social, is because Donald Trump has a direct connection with his supporters and even those who are detractors.
Everybody can see it.
Everyone can see, and he's communicating directly to them. It's not through the filter of the media.
And the worst part is, the receipts are there.
Exactly.
You can go onto any federal website and see the receipts.
And that's what they don't like, is the fact that Donald Trump gets direct access to you, and it's not through their filter. That's why they're upset about it. So, they can be mad all day because they don't, when they sit up there and say, he's doing this, I go, no, that's funny. He just tweeted about it, right? It hurts him every time. Let's take a break. We'll come back. More news, more views. We'll get to the rest of these phone calls. We do have to get into some Epstein stuff when we return. So stand by. It's Reese on the Radio on NewsTalk 1080 WTIC.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-908-8646 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-908-8646. That's 800-908-8646. What do you have to lose? Call 800-908-8646. Again, 800-908-8646.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. That's 800-883-3024.
And now, a WTIC news update.
45 degrees at 3:30. I'm Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News. DNA testing confirms human remains found floating in Mansfield Hollow Lake last month are those of a man who went missing on Christmas Eve 2004. That from the state medical examiner. State police say 51-year-old Robert Kavanaugh reportedly left a suicide note, then disappeared. Divers also recovered a submerged Mazda pickup truck registered to Kavanaugh. The Chicago Sun-Times reports 21 demonstrators, including clergy members, are under arrest after a morning protest outside an ICE facility in suburban Broadview. CBS's Lauren Victory reports some protesters might have crossed a barrier.
Some people busted past the barricades where protesters are supposed to say. Police then pushed people back. Some people fell down. At least 5 people got zip-tied, likely more, and led away. State police carrying batons then arrived for backup. We saw another surge or two from the crowd, and all of this again escalated quickly.
The mayor of Broadview says 4 police officers were hurt. A not guilty plea in court from the mother of Jacqueline Mimi Torres. She's the 11-year-old Farmington girl whose remains were found in New Britain last month. In Torrington, Carla Garcia pleaded not guilty to murder. Her boyfriend, Jonathan Nanita, also appeared in court, also facing charges including murder. Garcia's sister, Jacqueline, is charged with taking part in the girl's abuse and also pleaded not guilty. Police say Mimi was starved and otherwise abused in the weeks leading to her death in the fall of last year. The family then retained her body until it was dumped in a backyard in October. Tomorrow night, the Wolfpack will host the annual Hockey Fights Cancer game at People's Bank Arena. Prior to face-off, Hartford Whalers great Kevin Dineen will be there.
So I think we're going to sign autographs from about just before 4:45 to 5:45, and then I got to go and drop a puck.
There will be an auction during the second intermission of special warm-up jerseys the Wolfpack will wear prior to the game. Dineen, who scored the last goal in Whalers history, has been fighting his own battle with cancer. He was heard on WTIC's Brian and Company. On Wall Street, the Dow down 295 points. S&P is plus 7. The NASDAQ is up 66. And we check the WTIC forecast.
Some clouds around for the rest of this afternoon, perhaps even a stray shower in spots of the high 48 degrees. And for tonight, chilly, clearing out low of 30 degrees, though many suburbs slipping back into the 20s. For tomorrow, turning out cloudy, high of 47 for the afternoon. Then a warm front pushes across the area into tomorrow night. This will touch off some rain at times. Breezy as well, low of 40 degrees, though temperatures likely rising through the 40s for the overnight. Windy into Sunday, high 54. This is meteorologist Matt Benz in the WTIC Weather Center.
45 degrees now. For more, check out WTIC.com. I'm Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News.
Manchester native John McCluskey won the first Manchester Road Race in 1927. His younger brother, Joe McCluskey, continued the tradition. Joe, who would later win an Olympic medal, won the Thanksgiving Day run 3 times during the 1930s and again in 1947. They are the only pair of brothers to win the race. Start your own family tradition this Thanksgiving. Register for the Manchester Road Race now at manchesterroadrace.com. That's manchesterroadrace.com. The Manchester Road Race is a great local tradition, and WTIC News Talk 1080 is proud to be a partner. WTIC has been Connecticut's radio station for 100 years, with local talk shows talking about the things affecting our state and nation. Mornings with Brian and Company, 5:30 till 9, and Reese on the Radio, 2 till 6, plus local news, weather, traffic, and sports. all on WTIC News Talk 1080, because local radio is just better.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Attention all dog owners. If you have ever listened to the radio or TV for any length of time, you've probably heard of America's #1 dog supplement, Rough Greens. Greetings, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, Amazon best-selling author and founder of Rough Greens here. And if your dog suffers from bad breath, itchy skin, licking paws, joint pain, or low energy, the truth is their food is probably to blame. You see, all commercial dog food is dead food. That's why I created Rough Greens. One daily scoop gives your pup the live vitamins, omega oils, probiotics, and enzymes that will bring their food back to life. Don't believe me? Let your dog try it before you buy it. I'll send you a free Jumpstart trial bag, risk-free. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Use discount code NEWS. Don't wait. Give your dog the gift of vibrant health. Order now. It'll be at your house in a few days. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Discount code NEWS for your free Jumpstart trial bag today. Rough Green. We make any dog food better.
It's Reese on the radio. And don't say we didn't warn you on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
Actually, the show's actually going on pretty fast, to be honest with you. We're already like hour and a half in.
I know, it's crazy.
That's really, really fast. Anyway, all right, we got a bunch of phone calls, so let me get to them now so I can get them out of the way because I got some Jeffrey Epstein stuff that I need to get into, and we'll do that in a second. White Mike is on the line, calling all the way from Florida. How are you, sir?
Oh, man, pretty good. So listening to these people talk about the divide in the Republican Party, I think these people don't quite understand that it's not Trump that people are following or react to, it's the message.
Right.
It may be the way he said it. He may be good at delivering it, but it's the message.
Right.
He's got to do the stuff that we elected him to do.
Right.
And if he's not going to do it, it's not like we're Buffalo Bills fans and we're just going to ride with them until they eventually never win a Super Bowl.
Right.
He's got to do what we say.
Right.
And they are so off. They are so – I think the thing with H-1B is – Trump is more than a capitalist. Trump is a corporatist at his heart.
Yes.
Right? Trump is a big money guy. And he knows this H-1B thing is a payoff to the biggest industry in the world.
What is that, AI?
Yeah, Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Silicon Valley has the most valuable companies in the world, and they are all dependent on these H-1B people.
Right.
And he screwed the pooch when he straight up lied on Laura Ingraham and said, we don't have the talent.
Right.
Because we now know that the vast majority of these people who are brought in are low-level and mid-level jobs.
Correct. And those can go to Americans. And I'll even go so far. You remember we had a crap load of stories. Even James O'Keefe did a huge one talking about some of these low-level staffers in AI who were training their replacements who were foreigners.
Yes, that's been forever. And the guy who called before talked about Teddy Roosevelt as an example of the kind of leader he likes. Well, I agree with him.
Right.
And I'm going to read to you a short clip from the 1907 Immigration Act that Teddy Roosevelt signed into law. Ready?
Okay.
Here it goes. From Section 2 of the Act. All idiots, imbeciles, feeble-minded persons, epileptics, insane persons, and persons who have been insane within 5 years.
Democrats.
Persons who've had 2 or more attacks of insanity at the time frame previously. Paupers, beggars, people with TB or diseases, people who we don't understand, who have something wrong with them by the surgeon can be excluded. So, yes, Teddy Roosevelt, I 100% agree with you. 100%. can we start excluding imbeciles and morons from immigration?
Right.
And by imbeciles and morons, I'm going to use the traditional definition because there are medical terms.
That's right.
These are people of below a certain IQ level.
That's right.
So can we start testing these people? And if your IQ is room temperature, we don't let you in.
Mike, thank you so much. You know what? I got to get a paycheck for you.
I am 100% behind a 50-year moratorium on all immigration, period, except for the Afrikaners from South Africa. That's it.
Wow. Hey, listen, man. Listen. When you walk into the door, you got to accept what's on the other side. I totally love it. Thanks, boss.
All right, man.
You got it.
I am 100% on par with White Mike today. It's going to snow. It's going to snow.
But you know what? That in and of itself is a description of MAGA, right? It's like, there are going to be some ones that you're 100% on board with. Some things, not so much. But
I think what's important to think about with MAGA is, they're talking about this breakup, right, between MAGA and Trump is the only thing holding it together.
Right.
It's not Trump, right? The caller said earlier, it is not Trump. This is Americans wanting America back.
Right.
I want to walk down the street and not be inundated with obese people with their bellies hanging out, with purple hair and rainbow flags dangling out of their butts. I don't want to see that crap.
But wait a minute. Here's the other part that needs to be understood here, right? Many people are under the impression that the pushback from that only exists because Trump has given them permission. Now, look, that is what guys like Van Jones, on CNN, right? After the election of Joe Biden in 2020, Van Jones famously was on CNN crying because he was saying, my sister's going to be able to come out of Walmart and people will talk to her a certain way. And I'm like,
a lot of action, doesn't
yeah,
he?
it was a lot of, but yeah, he gets a lot of action. No, as I like to call him, the crying Negro brother. He's on point at CNN whenever they need a brother to cry.
Right.
But he was crying about saying that because Joe Biden was president, that his sister was no longer going to be attacked by MAGA folks for coming out of a Walmart. In essence, saying that Donald Trump was giving people license to behave a certain way, which a lot of people have adapted even on Donald Trump's side, which believe in that once Donald Trump's gone, all of a sudden the effort to make America great or to fight for the things that we believe in dies with it. And I'm going, then you were never interested in those things.
I wasn't MAGA I haven't been MAGA for a very long time, but even before I was MAGA, I started having a problem with just walking around and very healthy black women feeling it was necessary to call me an ignorant white,
B-word.
Right. I don't understand why. Like, why? What did I do? This is as I'm still one of you.
Right.
Right? I've got the black husband. I got the black kids. I voted Biden and Harris. The only thing I'm not doing is
I checked all the boxes.
I'm a Latina. I mean, I'm not gay. So, that was the only thing I missed. But somehow I'm still an ignorant white bee. But MAGA's the problem. I had Democrat women attacking me. How many of my black female Democrat friends did I lose that you saw because I'm a racist, because I no longer buy the BS that the 1619 Project is fact-based? I lost my black female friends because I'm a racist now, and I was still a Democrat.
Yeah. And the scary part about that is like everything about your character, it was almost like everything that you were held no weight up until you decided the point where you were going to think for yourself. And in doing so, immediately made you a traitor.
I'm
all the weight,
racist.
all the currency that you had meant nothing, which is exactly my point about this thing with Make America Great Again. It's like if if you're sitting up here, if you've been on this train, as it were, if you've been a part of this movement in any way, and the basis of which you were in this movement was because Donald Trump was his leader and he would do the heavy lifting. And then when he was gone, you were sort of lost. I'm going, then you were never really a part of this. You don't understand this. And I look at all these people. That was the whole point I was making earlier.
Isn't that the Obama coalition?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And if you look at the
Obama's gone and there's nobody.
And people hate him now. People who loved him and adored him, they now say, oh, he ain't never did nothing for us. I'm like, wait a minute, 2 weeks ago, you loved the guy.
It's like like think about the sand, right? You've got this beautiful decoration in the sand, right? You pull it out and the hole fills in. Right? That's what you're hoping the people will do when the leader goes away. The people will fall in and fill in the gaps and pick up the charge.
Yeah.
What happened with the Obama coalition is it was like removing a flagpole from concrete. There's still a massive hole.
Right.
Nothing has changed about Roseanne. I still have with that exception of that one, almost all of my beliefs are the same. You want to be transgender? Fine, be transgender. I think there should be a third bathroom option, right? Be LGBTQ, LMNOP. I don't care. Don't hurt puppies, don't hurt babies.
Right.
You know, there are certain, I don't care what your race is. I either love you or I hate you based on your character, not your skin color. But suddenly, I am no longer the same person because I just decided to vote in.
Well, because the only thing that mattered was you agreeing with them. And that's what they mean by you not being the same person. The person that
Still
you
the
are.
same person.
Right. To them, the person that you are is in agreement with them. That's what identifies you. Do you agree with what we believe in? No, I don't. You're changed.
Not one of us.
Yeah, you're not one of us. You've changed.
Mo money, mo problems, I guess.
It's the Borg. That's what it is. That's all it is. Dave, what's going on? Dave's in Brantford. How are you?
Yeah, man, you cover a lot of ground. Greetings, Roseanne.
Hello.
I hope you get that husband to put those Christmas lights up early. I know your living situation is in flux, but wherever you are, he better do it up right.
Thank you.
It's going to make you happy. So, Reese, go out and buy some new lights. Hang them up early. Make her happy.
You're no friend. You're no friend of mine.
Make her happy.
That's not true. You know,
He
happy
might
wife,
actually-
happy.
Yeah, he
happy
might be
wife,
your best
happy
friend
life.
right now.
You must know that.
What's going on, buddy?
You were talking about Rosie O'Donnell.
Yes.
And her brand is poisonous now because of what she did.
Right.
I really have a Jones about an editorial writer named Susan Campbell,
Yes.
who writes for the New Haven Register.
Mhm.
And she gets a column once a week, and it's like the 6 degrees of separation. Every column leads back to Trump hatred.
Right.
The President Trump. I can't understand how someone's worldview can be so narrow that that's all she can write about. I'm thinking of an editorial writer I do like, Red Jenke, whom I don't recall he's ever written a line about Donald Trump.
But do you understand that the reason why she writes these articles about Donald Trump is, aside from using the term one-trick pony, that's not what her angle is. Her angle is she is using Donald Trump to receive interest and accolades. Donald Trump, in essence, to her, he's not a foil. He's actually currency to her. That's all that's about.
I can see that. And the thing that is the most upsetting is her tagline at the end of every editorial. She's a journalism professor at UNH. She is poisoning the minds of the youth,
right.
the journalist youth of America. And it is especially harmful that she lists the couple of books she has written.
Right.
You know, it's as if at the end of your show you mentioned that, I have a moving business.
Right.
You know, she's selling herself using the publication that I'm paying for
Shameless
to promote
plug.
her book. That is absolutely shameful.
Try this over. You know what's going to happen, Dave? I'll put any money on it. And guess what? We have a while to wait. But when Donald Trump is out of office, there is going to be an article written by Susan that will be this headline. I promise you. It will be, I miss Donald Trump.
Because nobody's going to read her crap anymore.
Exactly.
Give me a couple more seconds. You know, when Black Lives Matter became a thing,
yeah.
you had to say it exactly that way. And if you said all lives matter, which is incontrovertibly correct,
right.
all lives do, that was hate speech.
Right.
And there's a certain sense that if you're a nationalist and you want to make America great, that's hate speech. What is there any other way you'd want to make America? We want to be great, don't we? We don't want to be a failure.
Yeah.
And the left defines these speech patterns, the perfectly sensible things, they define it as you're the enemy of the world.
You know what I like to tell people? When people say, my favorite line is somebody said to me, you want to make America great again? When was America ever great? I look them right in the eye and I go,
you were born.
I look them right in the eye. Roseanne said before you were born. I look them right in the eye, Dave.
Michelle Obama, who said that? Who said that?
No, plenty.
That was Cuomo.
Yeah, plenty of people say that. Yeah, when was America ever great? And I look them right in the eye and I say, November 2008.
Just a brief tag on White Mike's comments. The immigration, once upon a time, the immigrants we wanted were Albert Einstein and Enrico Fermi. We wanted the best of the best because it made America greater. And at some point, we started bottom fishing, if I can use that term.
I think bottom fishing is fair.
We wanted people who couldn't make it anywhere.
Yeah.
And make them American. How does that help our country?
Indeed.
I'm all done.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
I love it. Before I go to a break, I think that one of the greatest lines I ever heard was when Michael Moore from Fahrenheit 9/11, he was talking, maybe it was like earlier this year, he was saying that we can't refuse those children, those immigrants who are coming across the southern border. One of them might be the person who's the scientist that cures cancer. And
cure it from Mexico.
My response to that was, yeah, that's what we say about abortion too.
Wow.
Let's take a break. We'll be back. More news, more views. It's Reese on the radio. Roseanne's on the radio. Right here on NewsTalk 1080 WTIC.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-714-9090. 800-714-9090. 800-714-9090.
Newsmax, you like Newsmax. I like it too. Newsmax has been terrific.
President Trump is right. Millions like you are tuning into Newsmax. You're watching Newsmax on cable. You're going to our streaming channel, Newsmax 2. And you're downloading our free Newsmax app on your smartphones and TVs. Reuters Institute says we're now one of the top news brands in the nation. Every night, watch great shows with Rob Schmidt, Carl Higbie, Rob Finnerty, and more as they expose the big media lies, the Washington swamp. And they're never afraid to talk about faith, freedom, and the values that made us great. Find out why Newsmax is the fastest growing news channel in America. Make the switch today and join our news revolution. Get Newsmax on cable, on streaming, and download the free app today. It takes just seconds to start. Let President Trump know you stand with Newsmax. It's for real news, for real people. Make the switch today.
You could think you found your dream home online. The kitchen island looks perfect for your inner chef. The backyard, a paradise for your green thumb. And that extra room, hello walk-in closet. But here's the twist. The lot next door just got rezoned for years of construction. And this sound, yeah, you're going to be hearing a lot of that. Don't let your dream home turn into a nightmare. Work with the expertise and ethical training of a Realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay, things people love.
Swapping out your tires? There's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for, from smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at the prices you'll love. eBay, things people love.
Hi, I'm Eric Hogarth, certified financial planner from Money Wisdom. You only retire once, and it's important to do it right. Tune in every week as we discuss ways you can manage your money wisely. Don't miss Money Wisdom, Saturdays at 8:30 on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Oh, hold still. This is only going to hurt a little. It's Reese on the radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
Roseanne hates that promo. Anyway, More news and more views that you can shake a stick at. Let's get to the phones real quick before we get to the Epstein stuff. Who is this? Rob is in New Britain. Hello, Rob.
The Rhythm, the Rebel.
How are you?
I got to welcome you and Rosanna Dana to the Constipation State.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I love the show. I listen every day, and I agree with everything. And that guy talking about Teddy Roosevelt and what he said, how did Maxine Waters get in there?
AOC.
I don't yet. We think about
Chuck Schumer and all the rest of those haters.
Yeah, I think that it's so brilliant, but Mike is so right on time on that one.
Oh, he's right on the money.
How you doing, sir?
Good. I just wanted to welcome you guys, and
Thank you so much.
I think of Gilda Radner when I hear your wife's voice. You know,
that's a good thing.
When I hear her name, you know,
Rosanna Dana.
Yeah,
Rosanna Dana. I've heard it my entire life.
Yes.
Well, that's a good thing because she's one of my favorite from Saturday Night Live.
Absolutely. She was married to Gene Wilder.
Yes, she was.
Nice.
Thank you
I love you guys. I'll keep listening.
You got it, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sometimes people just want to say and show you some love.
I have this one image of Rosanna Dana. Her hair is a mess. Her outfit is just tacky, and I'm thinking, oh, that's great. That's who you guys think of when you hear.
You think your hair looks like that all the time.
I do.
Yeah, you're really, really upset about that.
I am.
That's the association.
Yeah.
Teresa wants to also say she's glad to hear from you today.
Hi, Teresa.
That's Teresa. We're supposed to go to church with. We're working on it. We're trying to work that out so we can get to that. So when we come back between rounds, we'll talk about the winner there. Also want to talk about a video I posted on my Facebook page. I hope you guys go to it. Between rounds is celebrating 35 years.
Wow.
And they've got a great video that they put out, and I posted it. I saw it. It's so. Every time I see them, I was like, I know those guys. So they've been around for so long, and I kind of feel privileged.
I love them.
Yeah,
They're
so do
just
I.
awesome.
So do I.
I can't wait to hang out with them again.
Yeah. We'll talk about that. So
we can get a trip in the RV with them.
No, we don't want to be that close.
We don't? Okay.
No, it's too close proximity to people.
Okay, you don't have to go. Maybe I can.
Yeah, sure.
Along.
You make enemies of them. You go ahead.
Hey.
You go right ahead. You are not comfortable to live with.
I'm a freaking delight. What are you talking about?
You looks not in close quarters. Not in close quarters. It's not good.
Yeah, I do have boundary issues.
It's not. And I realized another thing before we go to break. You know what the biggest problem is? Do you know what the one thing is, the issue that actually tears us to shreds? It's the one thing, and I've realized it. It's the bathroom. You and I were never, ever made to share a bathroom.
Not ever. Have
Ever.
we ever shared a bathroom?
Never.
I mean, we're sharing one now.
This is the first time in a while.
It's annoying as heck.
You hate it.
I hate it.
You really do.
I really do.
Yeah, because your stuff is everywhere.
Your stuff is in my way.
One thing.
Your contacts, always right. Like, just put it back over.
My contacts, are you kidding me? You have an industrial park going on in the bathroom.
It has your stuff and mine in it.
Yeah, sure it does. We got to get to our first check of weather and traffic. Mark Christopher, he's in the BPS Traffic Center. He only, he shows up here right at the point where we're fighting with each other.
I know.
Smart man.
I know.
You're saving me, sir.
I'm like, wait a minute. I'm supposed to have this on my own time at home. Now I got to come to work and I got to be in the middle of it too. It's like, wait a minute here. Hey, if you guys are heading into Hartford right now, southbound side of 91, you got delays 34 down to 32 A and B. Again, some slow traffic from exit 28 down to exit 26 in Wethersfield, and another bump 23 down to 22 in the Route 9 interchange. Traveling northbound 91 is a little slow between 22 and 23. If you're traveling westbound 84, delays 56 Governor Street out to 45 Flatbush Avenue, 84 eastbound slowing 44 Prospect Oakwood into the tunnel. If you're traveling on 2 westbound, delays 1D up to the 84 West merge. 9 northbound slows Harbor Park to the Aragoni Bridge. We do have road work 9 northbound between exit 29 and 30 in the left lane. Stay right. Delays are back to exit 27 in Cromwell behind that. If you're westbound 84, you've got slow traffic 36 Slater Road in New Britain down to 33 in the 72 interchange. Westbound 84 is slowing in Cheshire. 691 interchange up to the Mixmaster. 84 eastbound slowing, approaching 17 up to the Mixmaster. And again from 26 down to the 691 interchange in Cheshire. And if you're southbound on the Parkway, delays from 51 down into the West Rock Tunnel. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
This afternoon, perhaps even a stray shower in spots of the high 48 degrees. And for tonight, chilly. Clearing out, low of 30 degrees, though many suburbs slipping back into the 20s. For tomorrow, turning out cloudy, high of 47 for the afternoon. Then a warm front pushes across the area into tomorrow night. This will touch off some rain at times. Breezy as well, low of 40 degrees, though temperatures likely rising through the 40s for the overnight. Windy into Sunday, high 54. This is meteorologist Matt Benz in the WTIC Weather Center.
WTIC is celebrating 100 years on the air and 100 years of serving Connecticut. This is WTIC and WTIC FM HD2 Hartford, an Odyssey station.
45 degrees, 4 o'clock. I'm Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News. A judge plans to approve the latest deal to settle thousands of lawsuits against the Stanford-based producer of the addictive painkiller OxyContin.
A federal bankruptcy judge says he will approve Purdue Pharma's settlement with thousands of victims who sued over opioids. The judge says the agreement requires the Sackler family, which owns Purdue Pharma, to contribute up to $7 billion and give up ownership of the pharmaceutical company. This latest settlement replaces one rejected last year by the U.S. Supreme Court. More details on the new agreement will be released at a hearing next Tuesday. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
Pentagon confirms another strike on a boat suspected of transporting drugs in the Caribbean. 4 people are dead. The death toll is now 80 through 20 strikes that began in September. Escalation is possible, as multiple sources tell CBS News. President Trump has been presented plans for a potential land strike on Venezuela. CBS's Eleanor Watson is at the Pentagon.
Strikes against the drug boats don't necessarily need an armada of ships, but going forward, the U.S. has the world's largest aircraft carrier, the Gerald R. Ford, and its escort ships headed to the Caribbean to join a number of warships, including 2 guided missile destroyers, 2 guided missile cruisers, and a Marine amphibious ready group.
Governor Lamont is touring the state, formally launching his bid for a 3rd term. In a social media video, he talked energy prices.
We need more generation, more sources of electricity. We're doing wind, we're doing solar, we're expanding nuclear and considering natural gas.
In a statement, State Senator Ryan Fazio, running for governor as a Republican, says electric costs have skyrocketed under Lamont. Lamont has one opponent on the Democratic side, Progressive State Rep Josh Elliott of Hamden. The government shutdown officially over, but flight reductions continue as air traffic controllers gradually return to work.
The Department of Transportation and the FAA say flight reductions at 40 major U.S. airports will remain at 6% instead of rising to 10% by the end of the week. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says the 6% limit will stay in place while officials assess to see whether the air traffic system can safely return to normal. The flight cuts were implemented last week as more air traffic controllers were calling out of work, citing stress and the need to take on second jobs, leaving some control towers and facilities short-staffed. I'm Mike Hempen.
College football coach John Beam has died. He was shot yesterday on the campus of Laney College in Oakland, California. A suspect is under arrest, the motive unknown. Laney was featured in the Netflix series Last Chance U, which featured junior college athletes trying to turn their lives around. Several of Beam's players are in the NFL. The New England Patriots are the talk of the NFL. They've got the best record in the league at 9-2 after taking down the Jets last night. Center Garrett Bradbury says most everything's working, thanks in part to first-year coach Mike Vrabel.
I'm having a lot of fun. I'm having some of the most fun I've ever had playing football. It starts at the top with Vrabel and the way he's leading this organization. The style he wants us to play with, and when we all buy in and we all have joy watching our other teammates make plays.
Next up, the Patriots at Cincinnati a week from Sunday. At a Starbucks near you.
Understaffing, lousy pay, that is how your coffee's made. Understaffing.
Unionized baristas are continuing to strike, protesting a lack of progress in labor talks. The strike is at 65 U.S. stores. and could spread. Talks broke down in December of last year. On Wall Street, the Dow closes down 310 points. S&P dropped 3 points. The NASDAQ was up 30. Sports, college football, 7-3 UConn hosting Air Force tomorrow. The Huskies are 5-0 at home. Men's college basketball, UConn plays BYU tomorrow night in Boston. Women's college basketball, top-ranked UConn hosting Ohio State in Hartford Sunday. Tonight, the NBA, the Knicks host Miami. Hockey, the Wolfpack at home against Rochester. And college hockey, 14th-ranked UConn hosting Northeastern in Stores. And it's Yale at Colgate. For more, check out WTIC.com. I'm Dave Mager. WTIC 1080 News.
A winning team has great players and coaches with different strengths and expertise, but all with a common goal: to win. A full-service law firm is no different. At BPS Lawyers, we have top legal minds in every specialty: personal injury, business law, family law, criminal defense, and more. Visit any of our 6 offices across Connecticut. When it comes to the law, you don't just need a lawyer. You need a full-service law firm. BPS Lawyers, your lawyers for life. Visit bpslawyers.com. Proud full-service law partner of UConn Athletics. Nick Payne-Dearis is responsible for this ad.
You've been here before, standing in front of the mirror, tired of wondering where your weight loss journey went wrong. I'm Paige Lopez. I know the feeling, and that's why I started Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Our medication-free program helps you lose weight without expensive injections. No tiny portions, no constant hunger, just real, sustainable weight loss. Look and feel your best with personalized coaching and lifetime support. To kickstart your transformation, visit awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800.
It's Reese on the Radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
Congratulations goes to Monica C. in Southington. She is the recipient of a dozen bagels a month for 6 months, courtesy of Between Rounds, the Bagel Bakery and Sandwich Cafe, located in South Windsor, Vernon, and Manchester. If you'd like to participate and possibly get a chance to win yourself, you got to go to reeseontheradio.com. That's REESE on the radio.com. You got to enter as many times as you like. In fact, I noticed the 2 brothers had actually, the only reason why I know this is because their birthdays were very close to one another. But your brother won yesterday. I don't know whether or not I'm going to. Well, I'm not going to. No, you're not going to win. You wait 6 months. It was a nice try.
That's rude.
I'm just kidding. Relax. I can't determine. I don't determine who wins.
I can't win bagels, so.
Yeah, you got bagels.
That's not the point. I want to win. I want to be the winner.
Sorry that you can. You must live in the state of Connecticut. You cannot win it within the last 6 months. You cannot be Roseanne on the radio. I'm just saying they're the rules.
Rude.
The rules are there. When we come back, I have to have a discussion with everybody about this Epstein thing. Now, listen very closely, okay? You're all a bunch of hypocrites. And I'm going to call you out. And I'm going to call you out right here at home. Because you say you care about Epstein. You say you care about the victims. You say you care about people abusing children. Well, I'm going to prove to you that you're wrong. And you're all lying. And I'm going to do it the way that only Reese on the Radio can.
Oh, goody.
So stand by. Let's get another check of weather and traffic. Our good friend Mark Christopher is here in the BPS Traffic Center, getting you home on this Friday. How we doing, Mark?
Reese, we're doing really good. Thank you very much. Good afternoon to you, and good afternoon, everyone. If you're heading into Hartford right now, if you're on the eastbound side of I-84, you're going to see slow traffic from just after 44 Prospect Oakwood into the tunnel. Westbound 84 is running slow, 56 Governor Street out to 45 Flatbush Avenue. Southbound 91 delays 35 down to 32 A and B. Another bump 28 down to exit 26 in Wethersfield. And some more slow traffic as you move between 24 and exit 23 in Rocky Hill. 91 southbound in Meriden, some slow traffic, 19 down to 17. If you are traveling 291 eastbound, a little tight as you move from I-91 over to the Bissell Bridge. 2 westbound slows, 1D up to the 84 West merge. 9 northbound into Middletown, a little slow. Harbor Park to the Aragodi Bridge. Again, some delays. We have road work on 9 northbound between 29 and 30. Left lane blocked there. Delays are back to 27. Stay right. If you're traveling westbound 84 into Farmington, delays 37. Out to exit 33 in the 72 interchange in Plainville, and westbound 84 slowing in Cheshire. From the 691 interchange up to the Mixmaster, 84 eastbound slowing 17 up to the Mixmaster, and again 26 down to the 691 interchange. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Here as we head through the remainder of this afternoon. Now into this evening, we'll call it clear to partly cloudy after a mostly cloudy here this afternoon. Temperatures falling down to a low of 30 degrees, so outlying areas easily back into the 20s. Tomorrow, turning out cloudy. High of 47 degrees, and for tomorrow night, cloudy. We'll be seeing some steady rain making its way into the region. It'll become breezy as well, low of 40 degrees, so temperatures likely rising late at night. Sunday, mostly cloudy, gusty wind, gusting past 40 miles per hour. We'll see a high of 54 by Sunday afternoon, much colder than for early next week. Right now, it's 44 in Bristol, 44 in Windsor, and 45 right here in Hartford. This is meteorologist Matt Benz in the WTIC Weather Center.
Brought to you by NJM Insurance Group.
Why is NJM Insurance silent in an industry full of catchy jingles? And how do they do what's right when things go wrong? Tune in to Baffling Mysteries to find out.
This fictional podcast is brought to you by NJM. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
We know that you want the best for your child. That's why you can trust our expert pediatric dentists here at Columbia Dental, who are trained to meet and handle your child's unique dental needs. Call Columbia Dental at 860-645-0111.
Hi, I'm Eric Hogarth, certified financial planner from Money Wisdom. You only retire once, and it's important to do it right. Tune in every week as we discuss ways you can manage your money wisely. Don't miss Money Wisdom Saturdays at 8:30 on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Join us this Sunday for Tumalo Financial, your go-to for retirement planning and taxes. Tune in to the father-son duo from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. or catch replay from 5 to 6 p.m. Tumalo Financial, retirement planning with integrity on WTIC News Talk 1080.
The Manchester Road Race is back for the 89th running on Thanksgiving morning. This world-class event that attracts Olympians and families alike is one of the greatest sports traditions in Connecticut. You can register now at manchesterroadrace.com. And please keep in mind that net proceeds from this year's race will go to Connecticut Food Share and the Manchester Area Conference of Churches Charities to provide food to those in need. So if you don't register, the charities lose. Please register today at manchesterroadrace.com.
Are debt payments keeping you up at night? Credit cards, medical bills, personal loans, it can all add up and feel impossible to keep up. If you owe $10,000 or more in unsecured debt, J.G. Wentworth may be able to help you and put you on the path to freedom in as little as 24 to 48 months. Imagine one affordable monthly payment instead of juggling multiple bills and creditors. We've helped thousands of people cut their debt by up to 50% before fees, and we don't get paid unless we reduce your debt. The more you owe, the more you could save. Call 877-CASH now. The call is free, the consultation is free, and there's no obligation to sign up. Call today for your free consultation. 877-CASH now. That's 877-CASH now. Don't wait. Every day you delay could cost you more. Call 877-CASH now today. Results vary. Not all debts qualify. Debt resolution impacts credit and may increase what you owe. Average savings before fees 43%, 25% after fees. The choice to stop paying creditors is yours. J.G. Wentworth does not pay debts or provide legal, tax, or credit repair services.
Stay locked in. Reese on the Radio is on WTIC News Talk 1080.
All right, we are back almost halfway through the show. I guess halfway through the show. Reese, Roseanne, it's Reese on the Radio, News Talk 1080, WTIC. So the Jeffrey Epstein thing is the usual fodder that everyone's paying attention to. And I get it, as I've expressed over and over again with all of these people who really want Donald Trump to be in these files. These are important to people because there must be a crushing blow to him as an administration if he's fighting allegations that he trafficked in young girls, that he in any way was acting sexually with these young girls. If he had done that, forget about it. He's absolutely cannot recover and it is a wedge issue that you can turn into winning in the midterms. If you can get the American public to believe that he may have done something that sick, boy, you can get him, and he's impeached afterwards. If not, just criminally charged, and they can get him, and they can kill him.
Right.
Politically, if not just overall, just destroy him.
Yeah.
And they are so concerned. And then when you ask these folks the question, do you really care about the victims here? And they go, of course we do.
Name one.
We care about the victims here because what happened to them is absolutely reprehensible. It's sick. It's twisted. It's wrong. But I don't think so. I think all of you are lying. I truly do. And I have proof, especially you on the left. Do you really care about children? Do you really care about groomers? Do you really care about people who would use sex as a means to get at children? Do you? Because I don't think so. In fact, in my hand, I have proof you don't give a damn. Let me run through a couple of them. Roseanne, one of the things that you like to do that I can't stand to do is read. You love books.
I will research a thing to death. Absolutely.
Yes, but you love the idea of reading books. Reading books is your thing.
Did you read something?
No, I actually have some books.
You want me to read?
No, I'm going to read some book titles.
Oh, oof.
Some book titles.
That's big for you.
Well, that is big for me. I won't read these books, but I will read the titles. Okay. Pay attention.
Okay.
Again, to prove my point that you don't give a damn about children being sexualized, especially when it relates to Donald Trump. You only care about getting Donald Trump, and you are as wishy-washy as it gets. Here's a book called Flamer. You ever heard of it, Roseanne?
No.
No, the book called Flamer. It's written by Mike Corrado. Now, I know the term flamer. Do you know the term flamer?
It used to be a derogatory
term for a homosexual.
Right, like a flamboyant.
That's right, a flamer.
Right.
Right? Flaming homosexual. That's the term.
Flaming.
Exactly. Do you know what this book is about?
Oh, God, no.
It is a graphic novel with depictions of teens masturbating.
Ew.
References to genitalia, images of naked boys, and sexual exploration at a Boy Scout camp. Themes of homophobia and suicide ideation. Parents were concerned about this book because of its illicit sexual materials and sexually explicit content, inappropriate for minors. It had LGBTQ plus themes and normalizes homosexuality, potentially grooming children. Those were the parents concerned. Do you want to know what the school board thought about this book?
It needs to be in our libraries now.
Newtown, Connecticut Public Schools in 2023. Special Review Committee and Superintendent unanimously recommended retention of this book. The Board of Education voted 5-0 to keep it in high school libraries, implementing choice processes for parents. They wanted the book to be there for high school students who are legitimately underage.
So porn. They want porn in...
Local politicians who supported it were Newtown Democrats. They organized a rally at Newtown High School opposing bans to this book, claiming inclusivity were supported by local Democrat officials like town committee members who attended board meetings advocating for free access to this book. I thought they were concerned about people abusing children. How about a book called Blankets? Yes.
Michael Jackson's kid?
No, this is not a book about Michael Jackson's kid.
I was hoping.
That would be called Blanket. This is Blankets.
Oh, plural.
This one is written by Craig Thompson.
Oh, no.
What was in this book?
I don't know.
It illustrated scenes of nudity, first sexual experiences, including intercourse, childhood, abuse by a babysitter, And it also explores other realms of sexuality and mental health. Parents' concerns about this book were in Newtown. Pornographic images, they said, also obscene illustrations unsuitable for school libraries, traumatizing depictions of abuse, lacking age appropriateness. Newtown Public Schools in the same year challenged alongside the book Flamer, a special review. They also voted 5-0 to keep the book. Newtown Democrats were responsible for keeping that book there. And then my all-time favorite, Genderqueer. This one, graphic illustrations of oral sex between teens.
Oh, gross.
A use of sex toys.
By teens?
That's correct. Includes nudity. What did the parents say? They said that it was explicit and pornographic. Drawings promoting LGBTQ plus grooming obscene to minors. Erodes their innocence. The Westport, Connecticut Public Schools in 2023 reviewed, and they said to retain it in Staples High School libraries. Parents can decide to withdraw from the school, but guess what? Who are the people who supported the book? Westport First Selectman Jim Marp, a Democrat, indirectly supported via town statements and anti-censorship.
I'd love to see his search history.
Yeah, Democrat leaders echoed state efforts to anything against bans aligning with retention of the book. Let's go one step further. Another book called This Book is Gay. Yes, I'm sorry. You were so childish.
You can't say that. That's offensive. It's violence.
Yeah. Yeah. She can. Yeah. Thank you. Here's another one. This book is gay. The diagrams in this book were of oral and rear end sexuality, nude body illustrations, discussions of sex acts, including using fingers, also using what's considered in the bathroom with a hole cut out. I won't use the terminology. I'll tell you off the air. Profanity and info about hooking up on Grindr. Parents' concerns, sexually explicit sexual education seen as instructional for illicit acts, profanity, and grooming. What did the Westport School District say? They challenged the book, saying that parents can withdraw, but we're not removing them. It was supported also by the Westport Board of Education, majority Democrats, who upheld review process. Local officials like Rep. Jonathan Steinberg, who's a Democrat, advocated statewide against such challenges as harmful censorship. I thought these people said that they cared about illicit sex with minors.
Well, these are the same people that want grown men in little girls' bathrooms.
Yeah, I thought that they were concerned. What's the Epstein angle? I don't get it. I mean, the Epstein thing, they should be outraged, right? They should be really, really angry about it. But I don't think that's true.
I'm deeply traumatized by that list. And I will tell you, that...
No, it gets more. I've got nationwide lists. I got nationwide lists of books that school boards all across the country. And guess what? The people who are supporting them, they're all Democrats who seem to be concerned about whether or not Donald Trump may have written an excerpt in some sort of birthday card or may have known about the girls. And here we have actual Democrats who are on policy, celebrating the idea that young children would be exposed to this type. And we're talking about one of the books. Hold on, I got to go one step further. Here's one of my favorite ones in the whole list as far as the hypocrisy is concerned. What's this one? Is it that one? Yeah. All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. You want to know what's in this book? It details accounts of the author's underage sexual experiences, including mutual gratification with a cousin and their first encounter with an adult.
Oh my God.
This is a book that they think that that children should be allowed to read, and then going to lecture people.
So they want to normalize sexual predators in the family. Like, it's okay if your uncle touches you as long as you enjoyed it.
Well, here's the bottom line, and this is what it is, right? What are they talking about in Jeffrey Epstein? They're talking about grown men being with underage girls.
Underage girls.
They have a problem with that. But if it's a grown man with an underage boy,
It's Rome all over again.
How can we assist you in getting that in the classroom?
I'm so
as you should be.
Just because of my own history.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
I want to throw up right now. I really want to vomit.
Hold on one second. Wendy. Oh no, I didn't do that right. Where is she? That's her. Hey, Wendy.
Yes.
I got 2 minutes for you. What do you got for me?
So I can tell you that this whole book thing in Newtown was a big thing. And I recently sat down with the soon-to-be first selectman, and I asked him about it. I said, hey, you're for this book thing. And he's like, let me ask you a question. I said, okay. He goes, does your kid have a cell phone? I'm like, no, he doesn't actually. There's a reason why my kid doesn't. He goes, well, these books are educational. I'm like, how are these books educational? I don't need my son coming home showing me a bunch of guys sitting in a circle doing something to each other, and the one that can't finish has to drink the bottle. I'm sorry, how is that appropriate?
Oh my
wow.
God.
This is the man that's going to be the first selectman of Newtown who thinks these books are educational. And the parents that spoke up, their names and their addresses were published.
Wow.
On Facebook by the allies because they were against it and calling them homophobes. And I am a parent that I don't care if you're gay. I don't care whatever lifestyle you live. That you answer to God, but respect the way I'm raising my kids.
Yeah.
And respect the morals and values that I'm teaching my kids. And I can tell you that these books are still there.
Yep.
And I can tell you that it's not going to go away. And it's just sad because you're just pushing this down our kids' throat and saying that it's educational and it's for us to understand the gay community.
That's what porn is for. I'm sorry, but isn't that what porn is for?
Yeah, this is
That's what I said. I said, okay, so would you be okay if I brought in a Hustler magazine or if I put it in the library? Because that's different. I'm like, no, it's not.
It's purely academic. It is the female anatomy.
This is exactly again, that's why I say when I hear these people talking this smack about Donald Trump and this Jeffrey Epstein thing, pointing it out, saying it's like he could have done this and released the files, released that. We have active members of elected officials who are promoting this inside schools and wanting children to have access to it. And then in some
That's
sort of...
why I laugh when the Democrats sit there and bring up Epstein. I'm like, but you're the same people that are promoting these disgusting books into our children's schooling.
Exactly. And I think that's the argument that needs to be had today. We need to constantly keep running that theme. It's like, you don't care about these young girls because you don't care about our kids.
Didn't a member of Congress try to read one of these books on the floor and was shut down because they said it was...
That's right here in Connecticut.
So
we had her on the show.
If it's inappropriate for adults to hear, then why is it appropriate for my child?
There you go. Wendy, last word.
Read it at the Board of Ed meeting. She started reading, and they shut her down real quick. She goes, oh, I can't read it, but it's okay for our children to read it.
Yeah. And again, that's exactly the hypocrisy. Thank you, Wendy, as well. We'll see you
You're
tomorrow,
welcome.
by the way. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, for sure.
All right. Wendy Rosa, actually out in Newtown. She's been a guest on the show talking about what's going on in that region. We'll take a break. We'll come back. More news, more views. We'll also take your phone calls at 860-522-WTIC, 860-522-9842. The look on your face is absolutely disgusting.
I'm destroyed.
Yeah.
I need to call my VA doctor and get some pills or something. Jeez.
Yeah. This is, again, like I said, this selective outrage. I don't buy it, and I'm not. That's why I won't listen to it. That's why I laugh at these people.
I'm just, as a survivor.
Yeah.
As a survivor, it is like I'm on the verge of tears right now. It is horrific
Yeah.
to think that it's glorifying.
Yeah, we got to take a break. Let's get another check of weather and traffic. Mark Christopher is in the BPS Traffic Center. Hey, Ben.
Hey, Reese, thank you very much. Well, if you're on the southbound side of I-91, look for delays now 35 down to 32 A and B. More slow traffic 28 down to exit 25 S and N. More slow traffic approaching 23 down to the exit 22 area and the Route 9 interchange. If you are traveling on the northbound side of I-91, we've got some slow traffic as you move between exit 22 and 23. Looks like there could be an accident in that area, so look out for that. And if you are traveling right now, 91 southbound between 35A and 34, left lane is shut down with a two-vehicle crash there, so look out for that. Westbound 84 into Hartford slowing 56 Governor Street out to 45 Flatbush, 84 eastbound's tied up 44 into the tunnel. 2 westbound delays, 1D up to the 84 west merge. 9 north and southbound slowing at the Aragoni. Roadwork in Cromwell, 9 northbound between 29 and 30, left lane out there, delays just about back to exit 27. Behind that, westbound 84 in Farmington slowing 37 up to 33 in the 72 interchange. Westbound 84 is tied up approaching 26 in Cheshire up to the Mixmaster in Waterbury. 84 eastbound slowing 17 to 18, again 26 down to the 691 interchange. Southbound Parkway delays from exit 51 down into the West Rock Tunnel. Traffic and weather together on the 8s. WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
For the rest of this afternoon, some clouds and perhaps a stray shower in a couple spots, a high 48 degrees. And for tonight, clear to partly cloudy, chilly, low of 30 degrees, 20s though in many suburbs. For tomorrow, turning out cloudy, high of 47 degrees. For tomorrow night, clouds will thicken up. We'll see intermittent rain, breezy, low of 40 degrees early, though temperatures likely rising through the 40s for the overnight. And for Sunday, mostly cloudy, windy, and warm. Temperatures topping 54 for the afternoon. This is meteorologist Matt Benz in the WTIC Weather Center.
And now, a WTIC news update.
44 degrees at 4:30. I'm Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News. DNA testing confirms human remains found floating in Mansfield Hollow Lake last month are those of a man who went missing on Christmas Eve 2004. That from the state medical examiner. State police say 51-year-old Robert Kavanaugh reportedly left a suicide note, then disappeared. Divers also recovered a submerged Mazda pickup registered to Kavanaugh. The Chicago Sun-Times reports 21 demonstrators are under arrest after a morning protest outside an ICE facility in suburban Broadview, Illinois.
The day started with a peaceful protest organized by clergy members. Later, things went south. Some in the crowd tried to push past police past a designated protest area. Police pushed back with batons. They chanted, "Who do you protect? Who do you serve?" and "Shame on you," as arrests were made.
That's Mike Krauser of Odyssey station WBBM. The mayor of Broadview says 4 police officers were hurt. A not guilty plea in court from the mother of Jacqueline Mimi Torres, the 11-year-old Farmington girl whose remains were found in New Britain last month. In Torrington, Carla Garcia pleaded not guilty to murder. Her boyfriend, Jonathan Nanita, also appeared in court, also facing charges including murder. Garcia's sister, Jacqueline, is charged with taking part in the girl's abuse and also pleaded not guilty. Police say Mimi was starved and otherwise abused in the weeks leading to her death in the fall.
A little bit late in the game there. I'm at stage 4, and I just got this news about 3 months ago, and my family's just been incredible. So we're going to be well represented there.
The captain will sign autographs before the Hartford Wolfpack 6 p.m. game against Laval. The Wolfpack will wear special warm-up jerseys that will be auctioned off. Again, that's tomorrow night at People's Bank Arena. On Wall Street, the Dow was down 310. S&P dropped 3 points. The NASDAQ was up 30. In sports, college football, 7-3 UConn hosting Air Force tomorrow at noon. Men's college basketball, UConn plays BYU tomorrow night in Boston. Top-ranked UConn women hosting Ohio State in Hartford on Sunday. Tonight, NBA Knicks host Miami. Hockey, the Wolfpack in Rochester in Hartford. And college hockey, 14th-ranked UConn plays Northeastern, and it's Yale at Colgate. For more, check out WTIC.com. I'm Dave Maker, WTIC 1080 News.
Join us this Sunday for Tumalo Financial, your go-to for retirement planning and taxes. Tune in to the father-son duo from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. or catch replay from 5 to 6 p.m. Tumalo Financial, retirement planning with integrity on WTIC News Talk 1080.
This is Dale for Northeast Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help Kurt.
You're supposed to be on fire as a person. You're supposed to want to get things done. I started having anxiety out of the blue, low libido, brain fog, not feeling driven. Literally had to push myself every day to get up and get things done. I was driving and I heard Northeast Men's Health on the radio, and the first consult seemed reasonable, so I decided to give it a call and made an appointment. They found that I had low T, and after that it was like a light switch got turned on. I've been a patient at Northeast Men's Health for about 9 months now. Everything's gotten a lot better in my life. Energy, feeling, just work, a whole lot better. Even my kids notice. They're like, Daddy's got energy, Daddy's ready to go. If you don't feel like that, I would suggest calling Northeast Men's Health.
Thanks, Kurt. It's true. Low T therapy will likely change your life. Your initial appointment is only $99 with results in minutes. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call today, 800-930-5956, or go to northeastmenshealth.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/fax, or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Stay locked in. Reese on the Radio is on WTIC News Talk 1080.
So, this is the part where I tell you to go to reeseontheradio.com. It's REESE on the radio.com. That's REESE on the radio.com. Why are you going there? But of course, you have the between rounds. You can also check out the show there. Also, you can check out my Substack. This week, it talks about Oakley Dokley. Governor Lamont is running for re-election. And that the article just talks about how he's, very, very silent about it. Shh, I'm hunting wabbits. And he's just, it's just a lackluster campaign. Now, either you're arrogant and you're just going to win re-election, or, you're not really into it. So just read the article. It's great. It's my Substack. You can just log on and to Reese on the Radio. Follow the Substack. You'll get an alert. It roughly comes in about 8 o'clock on Sundays. You can see it there, but it's there all week. And check out all of the articles there. They're all... I think they don't really have a sort of expiration date on them, so just check them out. When we come back, we're going to talk about, one, how to pronounce the mayor of Hartford's name. We're going to work on that. Arula Palam.
LDB.
Yeah, and the Little Drummer Boy. That's because I pronounce it Arula Palam, I think. Arula Lapa. I'm not going to do it. He's going to have to help me. Well, anyway, did you know that he actually admitted something as a public official, as a mayor of a city? He admitted something that he may not have, should have said out loud. Ooh. It's really, really bad. Ooh. And I can't believe that in Hartford, to be a mayor of Hartford, he actually said this. I wouldn't have taken the job if I knew this all. And it's really, really bad. And I'm going to explain it to you in a minute because it's a problem he's got to solve.
Can I just tell you, I hate sitting this close to you and knowing that there's something coming, and I have to wait just like everybody else to get this news.
Yeah, it's the best part of
It's
this
annoying.
job.
I just want you to
That's
know
okay.
that.
I do it on purpose.
But, hey.
Well,
So you guys know I'm on the same page as you.
We've got weather and traffic coming up with Mark Christopher. He's getting you home.
Be back in court on Monday.
Okay. I think that's Mark talking about court or something like that. But anyway, Mark Christopher, he's at the BPS Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Reese, thank you very much. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, everyone. If you're heading into Hartford right now, southbound side of 91, look for delays from exit 34 down to 32 A and B. Slowing again down by exit 28. Another bump as you move down by exit 24 in Rocky Hill. More slow traffic 23 down to exit 22 on the Route 9 interchange. Northbound 91, we've got slow traffic now as you move up on exit 21. Looks like we have an accident between exit 22 and 23 as you move up into Rocky Hill. After that, good ride up into Windsor. Now, if you are traveling on the westbound side of 84, delays 56 Governor Street out to 45 Flatbush. 84 eastbound slowing a half mile before 46 Sisson Avenue into the tunnel. And if you're traveling 291 eastbound, a little tight getting over the Bissell Bridge. 9 northbound, some slow traffic as you move between exit 29 and 30. In Cromwell, we've got road work there in the left lane, delays back to exit 27. Behind that, heading 84 westbound in Farmington, delays 37. Finneman Road out to exit 33 in the 72 interchange. Westbound 84 tight in Cheshire from 26 up to the Mixmaster. 84 eastbound slowing Waterbury by 18. Again, 26 down to the 691 interchange in Cheshire. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Off a few clouds here for the early overnight, though, becoming clear to partly cloudy and cooling off quickly, low of 30 degrees. Many areas slipping back into the 20s by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, early sun will give way to afternoon clouds, temperatures rising up to a high of 47. Then just cloudy for tomorrow night with rain across the area, becoming breezy late at night, low of 40, though temperatures likely to rise through the 40s for the overnight. Sunday, warmer, mostly cloudy, but it will be a windy day with a high of 54 for the afternoon. Right now it's 44 in Manchester, 44 in West Hartford, and 45 right here in Hartford. This is meteorologist Matt Benz in the WTIC Weather Center.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Do the holiday parties, tailgating, and family get-togethers have your liver working overtime? Let Active Liver help give your liver some relief. Pick some up online at Amazon or Vitacost.com, CVS, Meijer Grocery, or ShopRite.
For quality vinyl siding, the Peter L. Brown Company is your best choice. Let us show you the difference a beautifully installed Peter L. Brown vinyl siding job can make. Please visit peterlbrown.com for roofing, siding, windows, and doors.
For the best quality, excellent value, and top-notch service, shop Highland Park Market. And be sure to visit highlandparkmarket.com to sign up to receive great weekly deals. Check out daily lunch specials, catering, and online shopping. Nobody does it better for you and for the community than family-owned and operated Highland Park Market. Only in Manchester, Glastonbury, Farmington, and at highlandparkmarket.com. Shop local, shop Highland Park Market.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
The hour that packs a punch. It's Reese on the Radio on WTIC News Talk 1080.
All right, we are back. I have a programming note. I need to make sure that I tell you guys about this. So you know that I've been trying to get Jason Jakubowski on the program from Connecticut Food Share. He is confirmed to be on the show next Thursday at 4 o'clock, 4:05, of course. He'll be on the program. So Thursday, November the 20th, Jason Jakubowski. It's Polish.
Words are hard for you today, aren't
just
they?
really, really hard for me. Jakubowski. It's not like a rule of thing.
LDB, man. LDB.
Well, anyway, Jason will be on the program on Thursday at 4 o'clock. We'll talk about Connecticut Food Share. Of course, we're in the season of giving. Thanksgiving's coming up, and they trying to feed thousands of families this holiday season. So we hope that. I'm seeing this disingenuous conversation going on in the chat room about Jeffrey Epstein, and it's funny because like you hear these people talk about.
I care.
Yeah, it's like nobody cares.
Right.
It's someone had the audacity to bring up talking about books in school. It brought up the Huckleberry Finn.
I know. Like Huck Finn has been banned, but boys being abused is totally like educational.
It's the most ridiculous argument ever made. I can't do it. Anyway, speaking of Mayor Arunin, which is what everybody's calling him because they have such a difficult time.
That works.
Yeah, Mayor Arunin. Arunin's his first name. In talking about him, there is this report that came out from the Connecticut Mirror. And it talks about the failures of the city of Hartford as it relates to the homeless population. And they're saying municipal leaders like Hartford's Democrat Mayor Arunin, they face a difficult spot in avoiding criminalizing homelessness while ensuring parks remain accessible for all residents, including families hosting events. Parks aren't just green spaces. They're vital community hubs where people do birthday parties and other things like that. But plenty of homeless people have used them, and they built encampments in them. The mayor says that he's had some encounters with some of the people. One in particular in this article, it says the mayor encountered Sarah, a woman who lives in an encampment in a high-use park facility. Despite repeated polite requests to relocate within the park, she refuses and escalates with yelling, highlighting communication breakdowns in crisis situations. It's not a conversation. It's not a communications problem. You want her to move, she's refusing, and she's yelling about it. That's not communicating.
Right.
Okay? That she is not complicit, and she's not compliant, and she needs to be removed by force. She doesn't have a right to be in the park. And so there's not a communication breakdown. This is a failure to execute the law or the rules. They say de-escalation attempts. Mayor offers practical help. Is there an apartment where we can get you? Is there anything that we can do? But the woman's nonsensical response reveals deeper mental health or trauma barriers that exceed on-the-spot solutions. Now, knowing that this is a problem in the city of Hartford, it is the capital city, you should never hear this from the mayor when asked. And it's simple. The mayor said, in expressing frustration, he said in a November 6th interview, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to respond. I don't know what the response is. I don't know what we would possibly do with a population like that. Now, in being the mayor of Hartford, when you are auditioning for that role to
As
be
the
the
Democrats
mayor,
do.
when you are going for the role to be the mayor of the city, especially if you were a resident of the city and know it well, you are there to solve its problems, and you know that homelessness is a big issue in the capital city. So now, to be in the job and in November saying you don't know what to do means that you're not good at your job and you may be underqualified.
Well, not only are you not good at your job, but you lack the intellectual honesty to be able to hire someone who has the capability of doing the said job.
It's a very good point.
Any good leader, every good leader knows he or she is incapable of doing all the jobs.
Damn right.
It is necessary to hire people that are highly specialized in subsets, and your job as the leader is to oversee them.
That's right.
Delegate. Trump has the meeting every week. It's on TV every week. And he's talking to all these people every week. What did you do today? Tell me about your side. Everybody spends time talking about what they did. Is Trump out there trying to do it all by himself? No, because an intelligent person understands I can't do everything. So if LDB is struggling, then maybe LDB should go hire someone who's capable of strategizing the homeless situation. By the way, there's 3,700 homeless people in Connecticut and 66,000 empty houses.
Mm-hmm.
The problem isn't a lack of housing. The problem is greed.
Well, that's one, but I have a person that he could hire on the spot.
I'm not taking. I mean, I'm too tired. But I'm full. My schedule is just.
Well, I wasn't thinking you.
Oh, thank God.
I have a person who can actually do the job. And I think this person not only knows how to do the job, but they would know how to do it because they've actually been in a position of being homeless, who understands the need better than anyone. So I would like to make a suggestion. Perhaps as a consulting job.
Right.
Hire this guy I know.
Right. I think I know this guy.
Yeah, you're married to him.
I thought so.
Yeah. Reese on the Radio is now officially asking the mayor to call me to solve the problem of homelessness in the city. And I know exactly how to do it. I know exactly who to get and to round up to help me facilitate getting homeless people off the street. In fact, I am almost certain I can get 80% of the homeless off the street in Hartford before Christmas. Before Christmas.
We're not taking any more people in. We're done with that.
No, we're not taking anybody in. But I can get the people who can actually get all of the folks who need to in places they belong, and they don't necessarily have to be shelters.
Yeah.
I know exactly how we can get it done. And it only has to be a limited time, and we can use said limited time to get those people in the proper locations where they need to be.
Oh my gosh, are you Hartford's Doge? Are you Hartford's Elon Musk?
I think that I could possibly help them.
You could clean the streets in less than 120 days.
Look, again, a lot of they say. Do you know what they say? They say two things are very prominent within the homeless culture. They say there are a lot of people with mental health issues, and there are also people who have drug addictions, right? Now, sure, there are people who have criminal issues, and they obviously been rejected by their family members, blah, blah, blah. But that's okay. What we need to do is find each and every one of those individuals and access every one of those individuals. We have the volunteers to do it. I will get the volunteers who will do it, and they can go to each and every one of those people, go to those encampments, and explain to them that, one, they have to get off the street. Two, they have to go in some form of shelter, and we will find the placement for them. And I know that I have the volunteers to do it because I think it's an initiative that can be done. And if the mayor is interested, he can give me a call. Because I am positive that there are charitable organizations right here in Connecticut that would help every one of those individuals out.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
I mean, I've seen you at work. I know what you're capable of. So I think if he passes up this opportunity, it's
I don't think he wants to.
No, I think the people of Hartford really need to consider who they vote for because, and I'm sure you wouldn't even take a large paycheck. I mean, just.
Well, he's got to pay me for it.
Well, sure, but not a lot.
No, it's only consultation. I'll do the legwork because the only thing that I would use the money for is to use that money to get the individuals, in essence, for my time, to get to those individuals and have meetings with them, my transportation, my gas, for all of those people to have those meetings with them and to find out what they can do and how they can help us access those homeless people to get them off the street.
Right.
But the first thing that must be done in Hartford, there must be, and this is the only way it is, and if the mayor refuses, he doesn't want to solve the problem. He must make it illegal. That's what he's got to do. They've got to make it illegal for the folks to be outside for their own well-being, right?
Yeah.
If you could do it with guns, right?
For COVID.
And you could do it for COVID, you could do it for homelessness.
Right.
You have to make it a law that it is illegal for you to be out in the street for any reason. Obviously, because for your own safety. Right? Why is it that people aren't allowed to have guns in Connecticut?
I don't know.
For their own safety.
Oh, okay.
Right? That's usually the reason why.
I'm pro Second Amendment. I don't know.
But that's the reason why.
Well, I think if he doesn't want to, take you up on this, a big part of it will be because how many millions of dollars will he no longer be getting from the government?
Try this on for size.
To create these organizations.
If it's illegal for you to be outside in the street, right? That means that you are subject to being locked up.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what the result is? You get the homeless person off the street.
Right, they're not on the street anymore.
See how that works? It's real simple. It's a real simple plan. Right? I'm sure that the individual doesn't want to go to jail, but I'm certain that the individual doesn't want to be out in the cold, especially when it's freezing in the cold months. 30 degrees outside in Connecticut is not something to trifle with. Right? So if the person does want to, what about all my stuff? You know what? We'll put it. Hey, the jail system has a process. They'll grab all your stuff and put it in what? Didn't they clean out all of the jails anyway? Look, the bottom line is that there is an institution or someplace around it that we could put the people in. What we have to do is not just innovate. We have got to ask people to step up. No longer this stuff about let's complain about it. Let's actually get people to put their money and their property where their mouth is.
Right.
If you've got a facility to house these people, let's get them in it. No more talking nonsense. Let's get these people off the street if we care. Let's get them to help.
Aren't there like abandoned buildings all over Hartford? They could just, throw some beds, air mattresses even, and cots.
There is always a way to do it, and trust me, I can find a bunch of these folks.
That would just be a start. I'm not that cruel. Just that's not what I mean. But I mean, there has to be a way to get this done. If people would just, instead of throwing money at it, you know what? If everybody just gave 2 hours a weekend, 2 hours out of your weekend, rather than your, $3,000 check, go do something. Like actually physically do something. You might actually see change.
Talk about workfare, huh? People who work for their welfare check. Imagine these individuals could get some job training assisting people in need.
Oh, I was talking about the rich folks who just throw money at problems and turn away.
Well, I was just saying anybody that can actually be on board, they can all help out. Yeah. A lot of people have property. A lot of people have the resources, I should say, in order to afford these folks an opportunity for them to get out of the cold. So let's not put them through the red tape that I heard when I first got here in 2022, that winter of 2022, hearing that story about that woman with her baby and she was pregnant and they gave her a blanket and told her to go find someplace to sleep in the middle of the winter. That should never happen here. No. Not in this state.
No.
Not when people keep talking about, we can't have people, starving, because they're not getting their food stamps.
Benefits,
yeah, exactly.
You put a pregnant woman on the street with a blanket.
Yeah. So
how many millions of dollars come in annually for the homeless crisis?
We just had the special session approve over $500 million.
$500 million. Where is it going?
That's right. That's all I'm saying.
Well, weren't we just talking? I'm not going to name names, but we're just at a place where, the administrators are making six figures. Meanwhile, they show up for a photo op and there's homeless people.
That's right.
Huddled inside, slurping down soup. And these God, I can't think of the words. These administrators show up in their expensive suits with their nice bags and their hair all done and walk past the homeless like.
Yep. That's exactly right. But now we'll just put them on the record. We'll put them on the record, and we'll get them to actually do something that's not only productive, but that gets people off the street. Let's get into the check of weather and traffic with Mark Christopher. He's in the BPS Traffic Center. We'll be back with your phone call. Stand by. I love that song.
So do I.
Huh? Krista Waters?
No doubt.
Gypsy Woman, yeah. Yeah, what a shame, huh?
Yeah. Hey, it's something it can be done, man. It can be fixed.
There's a lot of empty space around here that could be converted.
Indeed.
With not a lot of money, probably. I mean, you know.
But you know what? We do have a lot of money in the state of Connecticut. People are wealthy here.
No question.
Okay,
no question.
So they all say they care. Let's see if they do.
Let's drive out on Albany Avenue, and you're on the West Hartford line. The poorest people to the richest people.
Damn right.
Just go over that little bridge. I call it Privilege Bridge there on 44 on Albany Avenue. You go from the hood into the most wealthy section.
Yeah.
Of anybody in the state. It's pretty amazing.
From
contrast.
the hood to all good.
Yes, and it's all good. Once you get west of that bridge, it is all good over there near the University of Hartford. Hey, if you're heading into Hartford right now, southbound 91 delays 33 down to 32 A and B. Got slow traffic again, 23 down to exit 21 in Cromwell. Northbound side of 91 delays 20 to 22 in Cromwell and the Route 9 interchange. Westbound 84 slows 56 Governor Street out to exit 47 Sigourney Street. Eastbound 84 locked up 44 Prospect Oakwood down to the Bulkley Bridge. If you are traveling into Middletown, 9 southbound slowing at the Aragoni, 9 northbound. We had some road work northbound in Cromwell between 29 and 30. Looks like that is clearing now, so any delay in that area up by 27 will clear out quickly. Westbound 84 in Farmington delays 37 out to 33 in Plainville. Westbound 84 slows 26 in Cheshire to the Mixmaster in Waterbury. 84 eastbound is running slow. 18 in Waterbury out to exit 23. Again, 26 down to the 691 interchange in Cheshire. Traffic and weather together on the 8 WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC is celebrating. WTIC is celebrating 100 years on the air and 100 years of serving Connecticut. This is WTIC and WTIC FM HD2 Hartford, an Odyssey station.
43 degrees, 5 o'clock. I'm Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News. Going down to around 30 tonight. Upper 40s again tomorrow with some rain at night. There's late word from the FAA that flight restrictions at 40 U.S. airports are dropping from 6% to 3%. That's with the official end of the government shutdown and with more air traffic controllers starting to return to work. The federal bankruptcy judge says he will approve the latest deal to settle thousands of lawsuits against Purdue Pharma. That's the Stanford-based producer of OxyContin. It would require members of the Sackler family, which own the company, to contribute up to $7 billion. And the deal replaces another rejected by the Supreme Court, which would have protected the family from future lawsuits. CBS News legal analyst Lori Levinson.
But the key to this settlement agreement, which was the dispute before, is that the Sackler family will not get immunity. They can still be sued by those individuals who opt out of the payment scheme.
The highly complex deal could close a chapter in the legal fight over the opioid crisis connected to 900,000 deaths in the U.S. over 3 decades. Federal health officials say 23 babies in 13 states, none in Connecticut, have gotten sick in a botulism outbreak connected to ByHeart infant formula. The company has recalled all its products. No deaths have been reported. Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro is requesting the FDA facility inspection records for ByHeart. Governor Lamont is traveling the state today, launching his campaign for a third term. In New Haven, Lamont and running mate Susan Bisowitz talked about the economy.
Our economy is growing faster than most other states. Our unemployment is less. And that takes work, and that's what Susan and I are working on every day.
And we're also here in New Haven to highlight what a role model Mayor Elliker has been in terms of building housing.
The audio from WFSB, the state Senate passed a major housing bill yesterday. Responding to newly released emails shedding light on his friendship with serial child rapist Jeffrey Epstein, President Trump is asking his Department of Justice to look into Democrats' ties to Epstein. That as he lobbies against the House vote to force the DOJ to release the Epstein files, which Trump previously promised to release.
In a social media post, Trump says he's asking Attorney General Pam Bondi and the FBI to investigate Epstein's relationships with former President Bill Clinton, former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers, and LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman. Next week, the House will vote on whether to compel the Justice Department to release all its Epstein files. Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene told CBS Mornings Trump should not oppose the release.
I think it's a huge miscalculation.
She points out some of Epstein's victims have said Trump did nothing wrong. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
College football coach John Beam has passed away. He was shot yesterday on the campus of Laney College in Oakland, California. The suspect is under arrest. The motive unknown. Laney was featured in the Netflix series Last Chance U, which featured junior college athletes. Several of Beam's players are in the NFL. And the Patriots have the NFL's best record, and they're hearing MVP chants from the fans for young quarterback Drake May. Center Garrett Bradbury admits they hear those chants.
Yeah, he's playing like it, but he's not playing for that award. I mean, it's not distracting. The fans are excited. We're giving them something to be excited about. So everyone hears it. You can't not hear it, but I think Vrabel's done a good job helping us focus on just the task at hand.
Patriots beat the Jets last night and head to Cincinnati a week from Sunday. On Wall Street, the end of a rocky week.
Investor concerns over the staggering rise in AI stock valuations have resulted in substantial declines the past 2 weeks for companies like NVIDIA and Palantir. And while tech stocks rallied today, it wasn't enough to lift the overall market. The September jobs report will be released next Thursday as the government starts to crank up the data machine after the shutdown. The Dow lost 309 points to 47,147. The NASDAQ rose 30 points to 22,900. The S&P fell 3 points to 6734. Jason Brooks, CBS News.
Sports college football tomorrow. UConn hosting Air Force. Men's college basketball. UConn plays BYU tomorrow night in Boston. Women's ball. Top-ranked UConn hosting Ohio State in Hartford on Sunday. For more, check out WTIC.com. I'm Dave Maker. WTIC 1080 News.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
It's Reese on the Radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
No Hollywood news today because I try not to do it when you're here, Roseanne, because you don't watch movies, and this is no fun when Roland's not here. He's the only one who cares about Hollywood news. So,
well, if you like Roland so much, then why don't you marry him?
That's not even the point. It's not even the point. So I will tell you this, since we're speaking of Hollywood, television actually applies. So Roseanne and I are watching that TV show Pluribus on Apple. And so last night, was it last night I was going to watch it? Last night I was going to watch it, but I forgot. We can't watch it at night.
No.
Because we both watched 2 episodes, and it's now on episode 3, which came out last night. Officially today, but it came out last night on Apple TV. And I was going to watch it last night. But the reason why we won't watch it at night is because, Justin, we watched it and we both had nightmares based on the TV show. That's never happened to me. It's like we woke up the next day and I'm going, I had this crazy dream about Pluribus. She was like, me too. It was and it was really, really wild.
Weird.
And the TV show is about a zombie. Imagine a zombie.
Don't give it away.
I'm not giving it away.
It's not a zombie.
It is a zombie apocalypse. The writer says it is. He goes, imagine a zombie apocalypse with kindness, where all the zombies are nice and they'll do anything you want. It's crazy. The whole thing is crazy.
Yeah, it was really. It's really. It is the most positive, dystopian movie I've ever seen.
Yes.
But it still really freaked me out, and I can't understand why my subconscious was like, no. You know what I think it is? In The Matrix, when
Neo?
The things are telling Neo, like, we made a perfect universe for you people, and you guys destroyed it every time. You guys never wanted to be happy. And I think that's the problem is subconsciously we can't handle happiness.
We can't happy. Yeah,
No.
that's exactly what it's like. Let's get to Mark Christopher. He's in the BPS Traffic Center. We'll talk about this all day. Hey, what's going on, Mark?
All right, Reese, thank you very much. Well, if you're westbound 84, look for delays from the 384 on ramp up to exit 57 in East Hartford. You're going to slow again from exit, I call it from 54 out to exit 46 Sisson Avenue. If you're traveling eastbound 84, delays 44 Prospect Oakwood into the tunnel. If you are traveling 91 southbound, slowing 33 down to 32 A and B. Again, down by exit 28, some slow traffic 25 S&N to 24. And again, 23 down to 22 in the Route 9 interchange. More delays from 20 in Middletown down to the Wilbur-Cross Parkway by exit 17. Northbound 91 is a little sluggish as you move up between exit 21 and 23. Got a remains of an accident on the right shoulder there, slowing you down a little bit there. Now, if you're 291 through 84, that looks good. 2 westbound slowing 1D up to the 84 West merge in East Hartford. Heading 84 westbound in Farmington, delays 37 to 33 in the 72 interchange. Westbound 84 in Cheshire, delays approaching 26 up to the Mixmaster. Eastbound 84 tied up 17 up to exit 23 in Waterbury. Again, moving down by the 691 interchange. Southbound Parkway delays 52 in Hamden into the West Rock Tunnel. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Here this evening, but becoming clear to partly cloudy. Low of 30 degrees, back into the 20s zone in many outlying areas. So if you're early tomorrow, grab a jacket tomorrow. Early sun will give way to some clouds. High at 47 degrees, and just be turning out cloudy for tomorrow night. Steady rain moving across the area, becoming breezy. Temperatures starting off at 40, rising through the 40s for the overnight. That will lead us to a warmer day for Sunday, mostly cloudy, but it will be blustery. High at 54, trending much colder than for early next week. Right now it's 43 in Farmington, 43 in East Hartford, and 44 right here in Hartford. This is meteorologist Matt Benz in the WTIC Weather Center.
Looking for the best ways to prepare for retirement this year? Then be sure to tune in to Johnson Brunetti's Money Wisdom tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. right here on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Staples presents an easy holiday.
My holiday list was a mile long.
Fa la 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 boo hoo hoo.
Staples made it easy with big savings on tech gifts.
I'm listening.
And I saved big on custom holiday cards, too. Plus, Staples has UPS shipping in store.
Holy flying reindeer. Shop Staples today for 60% off custom cards, invites, wrapping paper, labels, stamps, and photo gifts.
That was easy.
In-store and online expires 12/20. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
It's Reese on the Radio. Ask your doctor if common sense is right for you. On News Talk 1080 WTIC.
Thank you, Teresa. Teresa says that that's an excellent suggestion, Reese, talking about my homeless plan. I promise you, I know how to get this done, without a doubt. This weekend, we're going to be in Newtown. That's a drive, so we're going to take a trip all the way out there. We're going to hang out with Wendy and maybe some other folks who are going to be out there as well. We won't tell you where. I think Wendy may have given away where we're going, but we're just going to hang out with her for a little bit, get an opportunity to visit the town. I have not been there ever. So we'll take some time to be there. It's roughly about an hour drive from where we are. So
I'm shocked you're going to drive that far.
Yes, I know. But
gleefully, it seems.
Yeah, I am going to do that. Now, Sunday, on the other hand, there is a special investigation coming up by Reese on the Radio. And Roland and I came up with this idea. And the idea is you never know where Reese on the Radio is going to be. And on Sunday, we are going to surprise you with where we're going to be. And no one is expecting it. We're not letting anybody else know, but we will be filming it. And we'll be going to a place based on a story that we have covered here on the program. And we are going there to get answers. You guys know about the story, but I'm not going to tell you. Some of you may call me and say, no, tell me where you're going. No, it's a secret. See, if we let you know, then people will be on guard and they won't let us show up. So we want to just surprise folks by just showing up and saying, hey, it's Reese on the Radio. And then we will put the cameras on, and then we will put the microphones on, and we will say, hey, remember when you did this, that, and the third?
Do I need a new outfit?
Not for this.
Aw.
No, unfortunately. You're looking for an excuse to spend money.
That's true.
I'm working. Hey, who's called back? None other than Gio. What's going on, sir?
My man, Reese.
What's up,
Reese,
buddy?
where you going? I need to know.
I'm not telling anybody. What do you got going on, Gio? Now, I'm assuming, are you calling me back about the Epstein thing?
No, as much as I want to talk about the Epstein thing, the homelessness is something that I'd like to talk about.
Okay.
I feel like when you say it should be illegal for, homeless people to be outside, it reminds me a lot about the Fox and Friends and, what's his name, Brian Kilmeade interaction.
Mm-hmm.
What would your proposition be if these homeless people are not going to get off the street? Are we going to get their housing or a place for them to stay before it's illegal, or are we going to go right away with it being illegal?
Well, first of all, we need to, and I think that everything works in stages. So one, what we need to do is procure, as I'd like to say, the placement for these individuals. Let's get our ducks in a row. No carts before the horse. We have to get the facilities where we can house people. And what I want to do this is in sort of a weirdly tiered way. So there are homeless people like families, husbands, wives, mothers with children, fathers with children even. If they are homeless, like sleeping in their car or things like that, what I want to be able to get for them is two things. Not just a place for them to stay with their families so that they are safe, not where they're separated in some sort of wards, if you will. I want to be able to get that family to be able to stay together. Second, if they do have a car, regardless of the status of that vehicle, say it doesn't have registration or doesn't have plates, this is the place and the only property those people have. We need to be able to house that property as well without harming that, because like let's say it's a car, it's the only vehicle that they have, and they need to keep, say, personal items in it, whatever it is. Their worldly possessions may be in them. We need to get them into a secure location. It is not difficult to do because there are not 1,000 homeless people with vehicles. There are some, but we need to get those people in a place where the car can be just as secure as the family or that individual. If they are a mental patient, like if that person has mental issues, we need to find a way to subsidize their housing in a mental facility. In essence, either do an archdiocese or some sort of donation apparatus. We also need the location to be able to give what's called a discount for said individual, right? Because we have welfare programs for everybody. right? We have those individuals who don't have to pay what's called the market rate of that individual to be there, or an insurance rate that, you're not making any profit off of this homeless person. You can make a profit off of somebody who can afford it, but a homeless person, we're not considering them the profit margin. We're going to use that opportunity or whatever, that overrun, to get that person in the facility that they need. One, because the most important thing is getting them, one, the help that they need, and two, off the street.
Okay.
Right?
Now,
yeah, go ahead.
My question for that would be, after you have all these proposals in place, right, a place where all these homeless people, can enjoy not living on the streets, or not enjoy, but make it a little bit easier for them.
Sure.
What would the punishment be for those who don't want to go through all that? Because there's obviously going to be some people that are not with the system and are against it. What do we do with those people?
So what I would say, homeless people who do not want to get off the street, one, we have to make it abundantly clear that it is a zero tolerance policy. They cannot stay on the street because they choose to. It's just like, you have to ask yourself when it comes to like law-abiding citizens, right? Sure, there are people who are intentionally going to break the law by having a gun, right? There are going to be felons who know that they don't have a right to have a gun, but they will do it anyway. What we do is we punish those people because those folks are breaking the law, right? Because they don't have the right to do it. So homeless people, it's not so much as criminalizing homelessness, and that's the problem that people have here.
Okay.
They are calling it criminalization of homelessness. No, I am saying it is illegal for you to be homeless on the street. You cannot stay out here. These are your opportunities. You can go in a mental facility, or you can stay in maybe a dormitory at the prison. But a dorm, and you can provide that, a dorm-like setting for the individuals that can come and go as they please, and an opportunity to come back to said facility to rest, to get a shower, or to do whatever, if we have that vacant ability. But you have to understand to them, this is a zero-tolerance thing. You can't come in the shelter on Monday and then be back on the streets on Tuesday and try to make it out there. No, we are giving you the opportunity to do whatever it is you do. If you panhandle, go panhandle. But you ought to be back at this location by 10 o'clock. That is your curfew. You cannot be out on the street. If we see you, we're not going to lock you up. We're just going to pick you up and return you to the location you're supposed to be.
Yeah. All right. That's all. I just didn't want another Brian Killed Me snippet where he said.
I heard something. I heard something about what he said, but then again, as a morning show host. But I don't believe in opining about certain things. I believe that there are solutions to those things. And look,
I agree.
if we want to use, like people saying that the prison system has never been used to rehabilitate or to help people, I'm willing to say, guess what? Then let's use them in ways to rehabilitate people, right? So let's rehab them in a way that sort of gets them in a place if there's somebody who can help them out. And volunteers are all over the place. We have a bunch of people in NGOs who are getting millions of dollars, Gio, and they help no one. No one's got jobs. No one's got skills. No one's got nothing, but they have lined their pockets. Well, now we will hold them to account. Now they can go down to these facilities. They can go to these people. One, if they have veterans like Karen Thomas is doing at Friendly Hands. She is helping VA homeless folks get the benefits they need by providing them a space where they can have computers, and then from 9 to 5 they have a place that they can chill out and go take a shower. This is stuff that they could never do. Now, she can't house them, but at least during the day they can come in and clean themselves so they're not out there, one, dirty, and two, wet if it's cold and wet outside, and they're dying. Because we had 132 people die of homelessness in the state of Connecticut this year alone. Due to exposure. That cannot happen on our watch when we have that many people in the state. 3,000 living in shelters.
Especially with the conversation that you had with Chris Powell yesterday, with all these abandoned buildings.
Exactly.
You have the space for it. It's we're just not doing it.
Exactly. And that's the thing. We have got to stop doing the whole thing where we're parading around being, opining and posturing about what we're going to do with the homeless. Mayor Arunin says he doesn't know what to do. Great. Let's take the opportunity and tell him what our ideas are. Go ahead, Roseanne.
What about, Hartford is a sanctuary city, no?
Correct.
Where are all those illegals living?
Yeah, we were able to provide for them. Yep.
Right, they live in hotels. And even in San Antonio, we had entire hotels that were like, you can't even go into the parking lot, but there's, illegals hanging out, smoking cigarettes and throwing trash around. Like, that's normal. That is an entire hotel dedicated just to these illegals. Why can't we put homeless people in a hotel?
100% right. You're 100%.
Take those illegals, put them in one of those abandoned buildings, give them some cots and a blanket and a sleeping bag, and let's take care of Americans.
That's right. Indeed.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gio.
Yes, I agree. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, man. You too. Let's go to John, who's calling all the way out in Massachusetts. How are you, sir?
Good, Reese. How you doing?
I'm all right, sir. What's up?
Well, I was a high school teacher in Hartford, and we did a competition, a statewide competition, or one of the things. I used to teach entrepreneurship in the high school.
Okay.
And the kids did a project on Tiny Homes Help was the name of the business that they started. And they wanted to solve exactly what you're talking about. And
right.
They came up with a great idea. There's lots of places that you're talking about that have space. And the kids' idea was to create the high school kids would get donations from like Lowe's or Home Depot or some other types of lumber. The kids would build it, the schools that have facilities, woodworking and things like that.
Right.
Prefab these tiny homes. And we figured one in the north end, one in the south end, and one centrally located, like the 3 high schools in Hartford, and should be able to cover the area. And you would build on any of these empty lots, you would have a central location which would house a learning corridor, a place for them to get help with drug addiction or alcohol addiction, or we thought of like mothers that were with like a child that needed a place. So the idea was to put these 30 homes, tiny homes in an area with a central location. And the idea was to bring in these homeless populated people, give them each their own tiny living space that they needed to take care of. So therefore they were responsible. They would also have to take responsibility for the whole area. So some would have to work in the kitchen. Some would have to work on the ground. Some would have to take care.
Yeah.
So there was work responsibilities. But the central location would house the like kitchen area that they would eat in the cafeteria, along with these learning centers, whatever you wanted to make in those learning centers. So they would actually go while they lived, and the kids put like a year, you lived there for a year, living in these communities, getting the help you need, whether it was...
Was it transitional? Was the idea to make them transitional, John?
At the end of the year, they would transition out, and another group within. So you're talking, if it was only 30 homes, you're talking 90 homes, 90 people getting some type of help that they need, and then moved out into a workforce.
Right.
And, like some of these community colleges, some of the kids in manufacturing go to, say, Goodwin College for manufacturing and go into a certification course a year and a half. And Pratt and Whitney would hire the kids at starting pay $60,000.
Absolutely. Look at that.
$70,000. Why couldn't we transition these people in anything? I'm not just saying manufacturing.
Oh, yeah.
You make each area have a certain educational component that's going to gear them towards a specific job that they can walk out of there in the year, or if it's a year and a half transition. But with all this money that you're talking about that's out there for doing it, these kids did this, I don't know, I'm trying to get the dates, in 2020, no, I think it was 2016 we started the project.
Wow.
And the kids won a statewide, and they had to present it at a statewide conference and things like that. But there's lots of thought. There was lots of buildings back then when we were doing these projects, and the kids came up with a great plan. on how it could work out for everybody.
Let me do this, John.
Things were donated. The kids were building, so they were getting what they need, the kids at school, while providing. And this could be going on, and the money would be to secure like the kitchen and those types of things that you need some of that.
John, I have to go to a break, but I thank you for that. I just took your number. I'm gonna reach out to you, and I want to see if I can build on that. Roseanne, what did you want to say real quick?
You know, I'm in love with tiny houses. I was like, I want to buy some property in Hartford and build a tiny house. Hartford has some pretty strict laws against tiny homes.
Yeah, but we can work our ways around that. Yeah. Thank you, John. I'm gonna reach out to you, man. I really appreciate your call.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, stand by. Fulton, stay on the line. I'm going to get to you. I'm sorry. We got to get to weather and traffic. Mark Christopher's in the BPS Traffic Center.
Hi, Reese. Thank you very much. And this traffic report being brought to you by Columbia Implant Center in Manchester. Southbound 91, you're looking at slow traffic in Hartford as you move down from exit 34 down to 32A and B. Once you get south of downtown, you're moving well until you get down into Cromwell. Sluggish and stop-and-go traffic from 21 down to between 20 and 19. An accident reported there on the left shoulder, so look out for that. If you are traveling westbound 84, you're going to see some slow traffic from the 384 on ramp up to exit 57 in East Hartford. Again, approaching the Boca Bridge out to 44 Prospect Oakwood. 84 eastbound delays 44 Prospect Oakwood into the tunnel. If you're traveling into Middletown 9 southbound, a little slow, Cromwell Middletown line to the Aragoni Bridge. 84 westbound in Farmington delays 38 up to just prior to exit 36. An accident reported there. And we're going to see delays again westbound 84 in Cheshire. You're sluggish, stop and go approaching 26 up to the Mixmaster. 84 eastbound Waterbury slowing 17 up to 18. Again, a little tight by the 691 interchange. If you're traveling southbound on the Parkway, delays 52 in Hamden into the West Rock Tunnel. Stuck in traffic again? Don't waste another minute. Columbia Implant Center in Manchester gets you in and out fast, often in just one day, open 7 days a week. Get your smile back now. Columbia Implant Center, ColumbiaImplantCenter.com. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
For the rest of this afternoon, some clouds and perhaps a stray shower in a couple of spots. Temperatures rising up to a high of 48 degrees. Our average high this time of the year is 53. Heading into tonight, clear to partly cloudy and chilly. Low of 30 degrees. Our average low this time of the year is 34. Some suburbs will easily slip back into the 20s. Tomorrow turning out cloudy, so any early sun will give way to clouds by the midday and afternoon. Temperatures only rising up to a high of 47. Then some changes. A warm front will touch off some rain into tomorrow night with a cloudy sky. Breezy as well, low 40 early on, though temperatures likely to rise through the 40s for the overnight. Sunday, mostly cloudy, warmer, but it will be a windy day. Temperatures rising up to a high of 54 degrees. After that, it's back to chillier conditions as we head into Monday.
And now, a WTIC news update.
42 degrees at 5:30. I'm Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News. As tariffs cause higher prices for Americans, President Trump has signed an order to lower tariffs on some imported food products that are staples for U.S. consumers.
The products include beef, bananas, coffee, and tomatoes. U.S. Trade Representative Jamison Greer earlier confirmed the lower tariffs would apply to products that aren't grown or produced in the U.S. or are not available in sufficient quantities. President Trump's order comes amid growing pressures from Americans about the high cost of food, even as he has suggested prices have been trending downward. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
And the White House is cracking down with Border Patrol agents in two cities not on the U.S. border, Charlotte in New Orleans.
The Trump administration is planning to send dozens of Border Patrol agents to these cities to oversee immigration enforcement operations that could involve armored vehicles and special operations teams. The planned Border Patrol operation in Charlotte could start as early as next week. Border Patrol's focus is then expected to move to New Orleans, where as many as 200 federal agents could be deployed.
CBS's Camilo Montoya Galvez. DNA testing confirms human remains found floating in Mansfield Hollow Lake last month are those of a man who went missing on Christmas Eve 2004. That from the state medical examiner. State police say 51-year-old Robert Kavanaugh reportedly left a suicide note, then disappeared. Divers also recovered a submerged Mazda pickup truck registered to Kavanaugh. Tomorrow night, the Hartford Wolfpack will host the annual Hockey Fights Cancer game at People's Bank Arena. Prior to face-off, Whalers great Kevin Dineen will be there signing autographs. He told WTIC's Brian and Company he's fighting stage 4 cancer and getting help. His son, Will, was the team captain at Yale.
The stick boy for the Yale hockey team. His mom was involved, is involved with a lot of their research and a lot of their trials at Yale. I was able to go to their cancer center there yesterday and get evaluated and see what the availability is to get in on these trials.
There will be an auction during the second intermission of special warm-up jerseys as the Wolfpack play Laval for the 6 p.m. game. On Wall Street, the Dow down 310, S&P dropped 3 points, the Nasdaq was up 30. Sports this weekend, college football, UConn hosting Air Force tomorrow at noon. Men's college basketball, UConn against BYU tomorrow night in Boston. UConn women host Ohio State in Hartford on Sunday. For more, check out WTIC.com. I'm Dave Mager. WTIC 1080 News.
Hi, I'm Joe with SimpleSaleUSA.com, and I buy houses cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me at 203-896-4000. I can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, and more importantly, anywhere in Connecticut. I'm a private real estate investor who buys.
#1 dog supplement, Rough Greens. Greetings, naturopathy Dr. Dennis Black, Amazon best-selling author and founder of Rough Greens here. And if your dog suffers from bad breath, itchy skin, licking paws, joint pain, or low energy, the truth is their food is probably to blame. You see, all commercial dog food is dead food. That's why I created Rough Greens. One daily scoop gives your pup the live vitamins, omega oils, probiotics, and enzymes that will bring their food back to life. Don't believe me? Let your dog try it before you buy it. I'll send you a free Jumpstart trial bag, risk-free. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Use discount code NEWS. Don't wait. Give your dog the gift of vibrant health. Order now. It'll be at your house in a few days. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Discount code NEWS for your free Jumpstart trial bag today. Rough Green. We make any dog food better.
Stay locked in. Reese on the Radio is on WTIC News Talk 1080.
All right, we're back, and we're almost about to wrap up the show. Today went relatively fast, didn't it?
It did.
It felt like it went fast. I know it's the same time, but it went over. I just got this emailed to me, texted to me, that there's a letter that's been sent out by Republicans to the commissioner, and this is related to the article that the Hearst publication put out. And this is written by Stephen Harding, Henry Martin, Jason Perillo, and Tony Huang, who writes, Dear Commissioner, Hearst, Connecticut, the news media, recently ran an excellent in-depth story about homelessness in our state and many challenges we face. It was also a disturbing and tragic story. It noted how 132 homeless people have died in Connecticut so far this year. This is unacceptable, and we know you share this view. The story notes that state housing crisis hotline slashed its hours. We are writing because we want to learn more about why the state government's emergency telephone line for help for the homeless isn't always answered. Can you provide us with any information on this matter? For example, was this decision based on a call volume trend Can you send us any information you have to support the reason for slashing the hours? And we're going to actually push on this as well, but Commissioner, even if we have to go down to the office to see if we can get some answers, if indeed these senators cannot.
So we care about the homeless. We just don't want to hear from them.
Yeah, it's actually, this is,
We
again,
want to protect children, but we want to groom them first.
yeah. Slashing the hours is one thing, and slashing the hours of individuals maybe, or if the staffing, but 132 dead that's a lot. It's way too much, and it's unsustainable. So something's got to be done, and it gets relatively cold here, and it does every winter, and everyone knows that, and there's a homeless problem. And when you have a public official, i.e. the mayor, saying, I don't know what to do, then we need to work now. All right, so it's no time to waste. We'll get to that. Let's get another check of weather and traffic. Mark Christopher is in the BPS Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Reese, thank you very much. Well, if you're heading on the southbound side of I-91, you're going to see some slow traffic as you move between exit 37 and 35. I see a disabled tractor trailer, or may have been involved in an earlier accident on the right shoulder by 35. And once you get around that, you'll see some slow traffic again as you move from exit 21 in Cromwell. We have an accident between 20 and 19 on the Middletown-Meriden line. That is blocking the left lane. Westbound 84 into Hartford, a little slow approaching 57. Again, slowing approaching the Boakdale Bridge out to 47 Sigourney Street. 84 eastbound, still quite heavy. 44 Prospect Oakwood into the tunnel. If you are traveling into Middletown, 9 southbound's a little slow as you approach the Aragoni Bridge. 84 westbound in Farmington, look for delays from 38 up to between 37 and 36. An accident reported there. If you are traveling westbound 84 into Cheshire, you've got delays approaching 26 up to the Mixmaster in Waterbury. 84 eastbound Waterbury slowing 17 to the Mixmaster. Southbound Parkway delays 62 in Hamden into the West Rock Tunnel. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Turning off with some clouds here for this evening, but turning out clear to partly cloudy later on tonight, and a chilly one, low of 30 degrees, 20s over many outlying areas. Tomorrow, some sunshine to start the day, though giving way to clouds by the midday and afternoon, high 47 degrees, and just cloudy for tomorrow night. There will be some steadier rain working its way across the area as it turns breezy, low of 40. That's early. Temperatures rising through the 40s for the overnight. And for Sunday, mostly cloudy, windy day, but a bit warmer with a high 54. Right now it's 43 in Windsor Locks, 42 in Manchester, and 45 in Hartford. This is meteorologist Matt Benz in the WTIC Weather Center.
Join us this Sunday for Tumalo Financial, your go-to for retirement planning and taxes. Tune in to the father-son duo from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. or catch replay from 5 to 6 p.m. Tumalo Financial, retirement planning with integrity on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Why is NJM Insurance silent in an industry full of catchy jingles? And how do they do what's right when things go wrong? Tune in to Baffling Mysteries to find out.
This fictional podcast is brought to you by NJM. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
Swapping out your tires? There's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for, from smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at the prices you'll love. eBay. Things people love.
Looking for the best ways to prepare for retirement this year? Then be sure to tune in to Johnson Brunetti's Money Wisdom tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. right here on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Life unfolds in ways you can never quite expect. A divorce, a death in the family, a personal injury. Each time you are left searching for someone new to trust. But what if you had a full-service law firm that knows you, and a firm that can represent all your legal needs? With BPS Lawyers, you get more than a lawyer. You get a full-service law firm. Visit bpslawyers.com. BPS Lawyers, your lawyers for life. Proud full-service law partner of Yukon Athletics. Nick Payne-Dearis is responsible for the content of this ad.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Reese on the radio, making sense of the news. Yeah, even when it makes no sense at all. Now on WTIC News Talk 1080.
All right, we are about to get up out of here. Phone lines are lit up. Roseanne, do you have anything else that you want to say before we leave the show?
So many things.
So many things?
So many things.
Really?
Yeah.
You're excited about the weekend?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we've got some things planned, but yeah, I don't know. I think I'm still kind of I'm ready for the apartment so that we can can officially be here. I mean, I know we're here, but I don't feel like we're here.
Yeah, I feel like that too.
All of our stuff is still in boxes. I'm literally like, if you guys knew how I was making dinner every night, it's just it's comedic. It's fun to watch. I'm washing our dishes in a bucket that I fill in the bathroom sink. I love you, but I never fully appreciate how useless you are at home.
Oh, wow.
You come in, you sit down at your computer, you work, I feed you, you shower, you lay in the bed and watch TV. That is it. That is your whole day. You came to work, you talked to people, you laughed, you had a good time. Meanwhile, I've done the grocery shopping, I've mopped, I've vacuumed, I've cleaned tubs and toilets and mirrors, I prepared meals. I haven't even taken a nap yet. I've still got laundry to fold. And then you come home and I'm like, oh, here you go, honey, and I'm serving you. And yeah, it's just, you're useless. I love you.
I can do the laundry when we get home. I can fold it.
I appreciate that tiny gesture.
When you put it like that, you know,
Why
would
I get to pick up your dirty, like, random piles everywhere? Like, why are there so many
I don't know
piles
where
of-
to put him.
One place would be great. Just
Okay,
one spot.
fine. You know what? I'm done with this. Go to the people who really care about me. 860-522-WTIC. What's going on, Fulton?
What's up, guys? Roseanne, what's up?
Hey.
Listen, I've been thinking outside the box on this whole homeless thing. And
Okay.
I can kill a couple birds with one stone here.
Okay.
We go down, get a couple of these empty buses that everybody doesn't ride on that cost them $100 million.
Exactly.
All the homeless people, right? Pack them over to Mandavi. And then we put them up with the people that don't want any of Mandavi's nonsense, and we bring back productive members of society. I win. We got a tax base.
So we
That's
take
right.
wait. So we take the homeless in Connecticut, send them to Mamdani to get the free stuff, and then we
New
take.
York, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I will come down to Times Square, see the Empire State Building.
As long as
get
you
out
don't
to
have
the
a
boroughs.
nose.
And we take the productive folks who actually want to produce and actually
Right, they actually
contribute.
pay in the tax base.
Yeah,
and
and
bring
bring them up here.
I don't
There's
know.
something
Why
to
won't that work?
I'm not
That's
gonna
nice.
lie, it is kind of a fair trade.
Right, I think so. Right, I think another on the list though, the list, but not the Epstein list. I
Yeah.
want to get into like the Diddy list, the Clinton list, the Clinton body list.
Yeah.
I'm the one to talk about that kind of stuff.
I think
That's
Clinton's
the
on
list I would
both.
say.
Yeah, no one cares about any of those lists at this point. But should
I think no one cares about any list really, but I think they're just yapping about nothing really.
That's exactly right. They don't care about any list. We know that's the truth. Nobody really cares. It's
So I mean, like, honestly, does it affect any in the real life? Does it affect anybody
No.
at all?
Absolutely.
Right. So why do you care? Why do you get so? Why do these liberals get so worked up? And,
because they've run out of ideas. You know, for them, it's Gulliver's Travels. I think Roseanne was talking about this the other day when we were at home. So, like, Donald Trump is Gulliver, and everybody else is Lilliput going to war with the giant. And to them, it's like Donald Trump is being attacked by short people who throw toothpicks.
Yeah.
And, you know, and
love
it's
it,
like
right?
they're hoping to slay the big bad dragon, but they never ever come through. And that's what it is. In fact, they've resorted themselves into wishing the man would just die.
And the worst part is that the giant is actually doing everything in his power to protect them as well.
Well,
Oh,
I think
bad connection.
bad connection, Fulton, but that's okay. We'll talk to you later, boss man. Let me
All
get
right, guys, talk to you later.
You got it.
Yeah.
Frank is in Newington. I'm sorry. Hey, Frank.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's going on, buddy?
Nice to talk to both of you. I haven't talked to you in a long time. I'm just going to grab your ear. Two things. I tried to call earlier in the week on a couple things and everything, but this doesn't have to do with the homeless because nothing's ever going to fix this problem here in Connecticut, no matter how hard we try. But we were one of the guys talked about the Indians and their last name Patel. Okay.
Yes, people in India with the last name Patel. White Mike was talking about that this week.
Yep. Okay. The thing about that is Patel is the biggest last name in India.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. And they do all kinds of inbreeding, interfamily marriages to keep that name. That's why it is so big.
So now when you say it like that, because when you say inbreed, people immediately start thinking about Kentucky. I'm thinking, are you talking about the way like the monarch does it in England, where everyone's like that? Yeah, like someone's like a ninth cousin, sort of like in that bloodline kind of deal?
Yes and no. They do that to keep the name. That's why the girls will always be married off to another Patel.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Because they don't want her going to some other name.
I gotcha. All right. That's a good point. All right.
Now, and the other problem is with that, though, is when you are marrying first cousins, the genetic problem is, and that's why I'd asked one of the guys I used to work with, I'm like, why do you see so many of them with a club foot? And he goes, it's because it's first cousin's generation.
Really?
And that gene problem goes down there. He goes, you won't see it in a lot of them. He goes, but when it is, it's because, a first cousin is marrying a first cousin.
Wow.
Do you know where else that's really prevalent?
Where's
and a
that?
lot of people don't talk about it?
Oh.
Islam.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
It is prevalent.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, yeah. Very prevalent over
All right.
there.
Thank
They do it to keep the money in the family.
I
That's all
got
it comes down to.
That's that part I know. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Frank.
One other thing, quickly.
Yes, sir.
You guys were talking about the abuse of welfare and everything.
Yeah.
The problem is it's a generational thing.
I know. Yeah. Well, trust me, I know.
Taught the daughter who taught the daughter who taught the daughter who taught the daughter how to get on welfare for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And you know what? The only way you're going to fix that is if when the girl turns around and goes to get the money, she has to give the Social Security number, the address, and the name of the father of every kid.
Yeah.
So the government can go back and say, hey, we're supporting your kid, so pay us back.
That's right.
That's the only way it's going to happen.
That's right. Get the federal government involved with child support. Thank you, boss. I appreciate you, Frank. Paul from New York was just on the line. What happened to him? He just bailed out. Paul, if you're listening, call back. We got at least 10 minutes before. No, okay, maybe 7. When we get back. Craig is in the car. He calls every Friday when Roseanne's here because he likes her more than me. What's going on, Craig?
I like her way more than I like you.
Wow, way to keep the mystery there, buddy.
And Roseanne, I can't wait to see you again. Miss you. We're going to make it an epic one this time, okay?
All right.
And
Try to
Reese,
keep it
you'll
legal.
be there, so it's not creepy.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I don't take it as creepy. Teresa's already in the chat room saying, Roseanne, I think that Teresa says, Roseanne, I think we married the same person. Yeah, so apparently it's a thing.
I got a couple of quickies.
Okay.
So I'm going to point out it's not hypocrisy, but just a contradiction.
Okay.
So we need to build tiny homes for homeless people. Yet you and Roseanne are living in a small apartment where you're doing your dishes in a bucket and you have means and you still feel blessed.
Absolutely.
That's right. Damn right we do. Yeah. But hey, now don't get me wrong. We're in a hotel room.
A hotel
And
room.
the only reason why, let me tell you this. Because we were supposed to be there to save money as a nest egg so we could get the apartment that Roseanne really wants to get, a $5,500 a month place.
It's not that expensive.
Yeah, right.
Stop your exaggerating.
Nonetheless, she wants to save as much money as possible. So we're cooking as many meals as possible to make sure that we save money and we don't go out, which Roseanne would rather do.
And you still feel blessed, correct?
Yes, of course we do.
All right. Homeless people do not need tiny homes. They need a renovated Motel 6 that has running water, heat, air conditioning, and a bed to sleep in.
Yep.
I agree.
That's what they need.
And you're talking about what these guys at Tunnels for Towers are doing for veterans, something very similar to that.
Yeah.
Very similar. In a couple, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before or whatever, but I had brought up the abandoned shopping malls.
Yes, you did.
Right?
Yep.
So I thought about that a little bit more, and I thought, what if we make those tech centers? What does every shopping center have, right? It has a food court.
That's right.
So you set up a culinary school.
Great.
You got to cook food. Somebody's got to eat it.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
I drove by the Crystal Mall the other day down in Waterford. It's empty. There's a Sears Automotive Center. You could teach shop.
Yeah.
Every mall has a huge HVAC system that runs throughout the entire mall.
Yeah.
What a great way to teach HVAC.
And plumbing
And a great way to
systems.
teach plumbing.
Yeah.
There's so much they
And
can do here.
electrical.
Yeah, all of that space going to waste.
And Rhode Island, they actually they've converted several malls into apartment buildings.
That's right.
So on the first floor is shopping, and then apartments are the upper floors.
Yep.
So make it a residential center, but also make it a tech center where we teach these people trades so that they don't stay homeless perpetually.
That's right.
I think
they learn a trade. They get a skill. They can go out in the workforce. And you know what? I don't want to live in the Crystal Mall anymore.
You know what?
I'm going to go buy my own. I'll go buy my own tiny home.
But I'll tell you this. Here's the deal. What happens with that, Craig, is we will be able to root out those who want to transition from homelessness to those who wish to stay.
Right.
Or the mentally ill.
Because
We'll know that. We'll be able to sort of discern who's who.
Right. There are people that want to be homeless. I mean,
Right.
I've my dad loves my dad's like this old hippie in San Antonio. He will go on his lunch break from his job and sit in the back of the shop and buy tacos and beverages for the homeless. And he's just built these relationships with all these homeless people. And there are so many homeless that would rather be living on the streets because they feel there's more freedom in it.
Wow.
It's insane. It's not just drugs, and it's not just falling on hard times. A lot of people just prefer being on the streets.
Interesting.
Okay, so you turn the Sears into a mental health facility, and you let those interns that are studying medicine root that out.
Yep.
And the people that need to be here and are going to learn a trade and are going to be productive, members of society, you move them through the system. And the ones that aren't going to, you vet them out.
Yep.
It's just, we've got these little mini cities within our towns.
Yeah.
That we could use. It's just.
I know. It's a colossal waste of space.
If we could take
I wish I was a 35-year-old billionaire. I really do.
What were you going to say, Rose?
There should be a way to force, so when I was in the Army and I was in nursing school, we had to do practicals. There's 1 year where you're not actually doing your job. You are doing nothing but working in a hospital to do your job. And we worked only with military personnel because of what we did. But we were working in burn units. We were working in amputee units. We were working in PT clinics. And that should be a requirement for every school of any sort, is that you not only have to complete a certain level, courses at a certain grade level, but now you are required as a group with an instructor going with you to volunteer at this shelter in whatever capacity it is that you're specializing, be it mental health, be it medicine, be it plumbing, be it mechanics, whatever it is. It ought to be a requirement that all of these schools send their students to go.
It's almost like a barber school kind of capacity, right?
Sort of, but I mean, they have to get involved in the community. It opens the door to people saying, hey, look, those students are back. I wonder what it takes to get in there. Now you're sparking interest. But it also causes those students to go, man, this is really grim. Yeah. How do I become a part of this? How do I never become part of this? How do I ensure my kids never become? You know what I mean? It is a twofold experience, and right. I think that's a huge missed opportunity where these for-profit schools are taking money and not giving anything back to the community.
Real world experience.
There you go.
Right off the bat.
OJT.
The last thing I'll say is I think if you take somebody that's living in the back of a station wagon and you hand them their own tiny home, they'll never leave that own tiny home because it's 100 times better than what they have.
Right. Yeah, that's quite likely.
Give them a 300 square foot condemned Motel 6 to live in for 6 months, and they'll go, this is way better than what I had, but it's not what I want.
Yeah, indeed.
At least with a tiny home, you could move. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Craig. I appreciate you, buddy.
Ciao.
No, bye. Later. All right, that's it for us. It's time to get up out of here. As I always say, radio is free. What?
Sad face.
We have a sad face because we're going?
Yeah.
It went by so fast.
I know. I like talking to you.
Oh, well, you can do that after we're off
In the car?
air. Yeah, in the car. As I always say, radio is free, so we thank you for paying attention. Remember to keep JC in your hearts and in your minds. Sean Patrick, we love you and we miss you. Remember that panic is not planning, so plan your work and work your plan. Me, I'm Reese on the radio. She is Roseanne on the radio. Say goodnight, Roseanne.
Good night, Roseanne.
We love you guys. We'll see you. Have a wonderful weekend. We're in Newtown tomorrow, where we'll be on Sunday. You'll have to find out on Monday, but I promise you, you will be surprised. We'll see you then. Mark Christopher's getting you home. He's in the BPS Traffic Center. Good night, sir.
Hey, good night, Reese. Good night, Roseanne. Have a great weekend. This traffic report being brought to you by Amplify CT. And if you are traveling on the westbound side of I-84, we've got an accident just west of exit 40 Corbin's Corner. Right lane is out and looks like it's blocking the 40 on-ramp to 84 westbound right now. So westbound